Pro, that button didn't work, but the button is fixed. Assuming you can hear me. If you can't hear me, the button's not fixed. Hello. Welcome to the pre-stream stream. This is where the cool kids hang. How are we doing? Happy Monday, boys and girls. I'll remind you now, and I'll tell you again at the end of the stream, I am not streaming tomorrow night. So, partly because it's Streamer Showdown week, partly because Amy is still stuck here. And we're hoping I'll be able to get her back to her mum's tomorrow after Anna gets home from work. So I'll probably be driving her back tomorrow evening. But also I was always planning on having Tuesday evening stream off because I'm then streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday because of the Streamer Showdown. So, yeah, sorted. The button's broken. The button's not broken. The button's awesome. How are we all doing anyway? Is everybody good? Transfer special / job hunting this evening. We might be moving clubs. We might not. We might be signing lots of players. We might not. We might stay at LLANELLI. Who knows? Still can't say it. Still can't say the name of the club. How do I check coefficients? Oh, it's complicated. Is it just me, or is there a limit you can do in the Welsh Premier League? I mean, all you can do is win it, just like any other league. We're not even in the Welsh Premier League yet. Because we joined late, we didn't quite manage to get a promotion push going. So if we're still at LLANELLI next year, I need to move to a club I can say. If we're still there next year, hopefully we'll get promoted. Can you tell me? I can't tell you off the top of my head. No, I'd have to show you, and that's going to be complicated. You'll find it. It's fine. You'll find it. Is the home owner the teacher from the Charlie? I don't know what any of that means. I'm not sure what that means. I'm gonna need more information. That's confused me. I don't know if I'm showing my age one way or the other there, or it's just because I don't watch things, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, we applied for one job last night, so there's the possibility we could be heading over to Northern Ireland, which should be nice. He's on about Mrs. Wearmouth's voice. I don't know what a Charlie Brown special is, though, so I can't compare her voice to that. That's just Mrs. Wearmouth's voice. Charlie Brown's teacher in the comics always talked in a voice similar to Mrs. Wearmouth's. You can never understand what she was saying. Okay. I've never really been a Peanuts kind of chap. That's what Charlie Brown is, isn't it? Is that Peanuts? Never really liked any of that. I prefer my comics in superhero form. My dad is the BTEC Zealand. Okay. I mean, Zealand's the BTEC Zealand. So how does that work? Is your dad Zealand? Is that what you're saying with me? Do I like Boney M? There's some weird stuff. Some weird questions coming in already this evening. Zealand dancing away. Cheers for coming on and rescuing us. Is that what Zealand's up to at the moment? He's dancing, is he? I mean, the boy's lost it. He's in his last throes of any kind of respectability before I remind everybody again that I am superior when I batter him at the weekend. Absolutely batter him. People have forgotten because there's so many new people who've turned up watching streams since FM21's been out. Maybe they haven't realised just how frequently I batter that boy. They'll be reminded this weekend when I, say it with me, boys and girls, batter him. Hooray! Will Robbie Knox ever be in the Streamer Showdown? That feels like a question for Ben. He is the decision maker. I have no input. No input on any of that kind of stuff. I think it'd be awesome if he was involved, but it's a big commitment for anybody doing a Streamer Showdown. If you're not a really regular FM streamer, I don't know how often Robbie streams. I've seen him a couple of times. But does he stream like multiple times a week? It's quite a big commitment. You've got the 3 days it's actually on, plus the other content that's created around it, plus planning and stuff for it. It kind of takes over your week. It's one of the reasons I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow. Is there a way of downloading the LOLLUJO Few without using the Steam Workshop? I don't think there is. I think that's the only way. Is there a channel we can see all the games on? No, because they're all going on at the same time. So you can watch the FM Showdown channel, which will give you, it basically works like Soccer Saturday. So they'll be watching all the games and we'll jump between them to show you goals and things as they go in. But the only way to watch all of the matches is to have all 8 streams up or 9 streams, whatever it is, on at the same time and watch everybody's individual streams. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Right, should we play some Football Manager? Let's swing over to this screen, and a little reminder for anybody who's not been in the streams recently, because we've only done 2 streams, 3, is it 2 or 3 streams? 3 streams on this save, I think. We got through the season very quickly, partly because we started unemployed and didn't get the job until about 8 games into the season. So that skipped through a whole bunch of it, and partly because it's a really short season, only 30 games. We ended up, I think they were down in 12th, 13th place when I arrived. Let's see if that's actually true. So can we... There you go. I came in around about here somewhere. And we've led them up the league, which is very nice, but not enough to catch Carmarthen. So if we end up staying with LLANELLI, it's going to be another season in the JD Cymru South League. I'm so bad at doing Welsh talking. But... like I said when we set the save up, there's no specific plan for the save, really. So we don't have to stay. We could stay forever. We don't have to stay. We could end up moving on. We had a little bit of a look at the end of last night's stream to see what other jobs are potentially available for us. I think it's too soon to move over to England. We're not going to get anything in the Scottish Championship or Scottish League One. We decided that we weren't interested in the Northern Irish Intermediate League because that was way lower than the Welsh regional leagues. So the only job really that was worth applying for, and the only one we have applied for, is Crusaders in the Northern Irish Premiership. They've just finished 7th, or are about to finish 7th. They ended up in the loser group. I think that's quite an interesting job to jump over to if they'll have me. So it's a bit of a jump up in leagues. The Northern Irish Premiership is 117th. I think we're 144th in the league that we're in. So it might be too big of a jump. They've got a 2-star reputation, whereas me as a manager has a half-star reputation. So I think it's probably a bit of a stretch hoping we end up in that job. But it would be a nice one to get if we can. Lloyd Jenks, thank you very much for the sub. Right, let's do the season review stuff while we're waiting. Can we not get onto the season review anymore? We'll have to do it. Oh, there you go. Here's the season review. So we're just going to race through this because, like I say, we only did like 2/3 of the season and we didn't sign any of these players really. It was very much just taking somebody else's team and shaping them into something that was competitive this season just gone. So we met all the things we were supposed to do. We brought back the diamond finally. We managed to get Nathan Logan scoring goals and that was about it. But I think if we end up staying here, there's going to be a huge turnover in player this summer, especially because it looks like we've been given a massive wage budget compared to the one we had before. We've got a committed spend of £560 a week, but £2,000 in budget. So there's going to be quite a lot of there you go. There's your confirmation. Quite a lot of transfers in and out if we end up sticking around. So the goal for this coming season is to finish in the top 2 places whilst repairing the club's financial damage. I mean, they're £12,000 in debt. I don't think that's too much of an issue. If we get promoted, I think we're probably going to be okay. That'll be our goal. We want to get promoted. We want to finish in the top 4 league positions. That's made them happy. And now they can all go off and have a lovely old summer. And I probably won't be here when they get back. But let's see how the Crusaders application goes. I'm not really going to do much in the way of transfers until the 1st of July. There's quite a lot of players here that I think we're just going to let contracts expire. Quite a lot of them that just really aren't very good. And I think we can probably do better. So I'm just going to let almost all of these contracts just expire. Let them leave. Let's just see if there's anybody who is top tier that we might want to keep around. David Harding, but we don't play with wingers and he's 31, so he's irrelevant to us. Yeah, everyone else, I think I just let them leave and we do a full rebuild. That's the plan. It's a good plan. It's what's clickbait? What are you talking about? Can you show me where Penny Bont finished in the Welsh Prem last year? And this is the only one of these I'm doing. There you go. Because otherwise we'll just be looking at everything. That was the Welsh Premier. And they finished 9th. There you go. Just got someone called Holmes on my home save. That is beautiful to see. Right. What we do? What's going on down in the chat? When is the Streamer Showdown? Thursday, Saturday, Sunday this week. Why already leave? Why stay? I mean, that's my response to why leave, why stay. I mean, we might not leave. We're not just going to resign. But if we can get a better job, why wouldn't we go and get a better job? Did Crusaders sack their manager or did he leave? I imagine they probably sacked him because they ended up in the loser group. So that would be my guess. Nathan Howatson wants an improved contract. Does he, Nathan Howatson? Do we care enough to give him one? I mean, he is probably one of our better players. He's a leading player for teams in the South Division. We're in the North Division, though. How does he fare with the other players in the North Division? We'll never know. If he's going to sign a dirt cheap non-contract, we might let him stick around. Maybe. But he's not really the kind of player I want to be building a promotion challenge around. But my worry a little bit is that I don't really know how good players are going to be. So he's on £6 a week at the moment. He's certainly not getting a pay rise. So he needs to get any ideas of that out of his head. Yeah, not going to happen. No pay rise. Not going to happen. Right, you can leave them. Simple as that. Am I going to beat Zealand again? Yes. In the next Peter episode that you film, can you show us how Kettering are doing? If I remember, yeah. Yeah, this is the second tier in Wales. Heads up if and when you get to Northern Ireland, lots of cups. I'm not... Oh, I thought I was in the North Division. I'm in the South. Well, there you go. That told me. Why did I think I was in the North Division? Silly old Kev. What a silly old bear. Silly, silly Kev. Am I only doing these nations or will I edit them? I don't know. Haven't really thought about it. We'll see, I guess. We're just doing a Football Manager save. We're not really setting goals and targets, and we're just having a little bit of fun playing some Football Manager, doing what we do. Managing in some countries I don't normally manage in. So, we'll see. We will see. I guess if we end up in England and decide we want to keep the save going but leave, there's not really any point in going to one of the other nations we've got loaded after England. So I guess that's when we'll make the decision, once we've been to England. I'm over from YouTube. This is my first Twitch stream viewing. Welcome to Twitch. Twitch is fun. It's a little bit different from YouTube, but it's fun. Am I streaming the FM Showdown on my channel? Yes. As in this channel. Yes. Yes, I will be. I'm obviously streaming my perspective of it. Yeah, everybody streams their own matches. Do I often do saves on my own? What, like not on stream or on video? Never. I've not done one since before I started YouTube 5 years ago. How far into this save am I? This is the end of the first season. Do we want to keep Jack Wilson at the club? To me, that's not enough goals to justify keeping him at the club. Then he didn't cost us anything. So I think we can do better. It really is difficult for me to judge how good the caliber of players are likely to be. Mansfield want Andy Legg. No, not Andy Legg. Come on, Andy, stick around. We can build a life together. There you go. Andy Legg wants to stick around. What a good boy. What a good boy. Ever consider streaming on YouTube? Should be a much bigger base there. I've streamed on YouTube before. It's a cesspool of scumbaggery. No offense, but there'll usually be like 1,500, 2,000 people in, but the comments section is just like trying to make sense out of a warm pool of vomit. It's awful. So yeah, I've got no plans to stream on YouTube anytime soon. That is, to emphasize, that is me describing the chat on YouTube, not the comment section. The chat. A hive of scum and villainy. Yeah, definitely. It's awful. If you've ever been in any YouTube streams, oh dear. Oh dear. Right. See, I thought it was Andy Legg agreeing with me. It's not. It's old Spencer Bowen. But he's of the same mind as me. None of these boys are good enough. Bin them all off. Start again. Build a team in my own image. How am I coping with lockdown? Personally finding it more difficult this time around. I mean, I'm probably not the person to ask about that kind of thing. I know a lot of people are struggling because life is very different for them. I am not struggling because life hasn't changed at all. Because I'm just sitting at my desk making Football Manager content, and that's what I'd be doing if we weren't in lockdown. It doesn't really make any difference to me. These last few days when it's been snowing, I've felt frustration that all of my neighbours are out there playing in the snow and having a lovely time and ignoring the fact there's a pandemic going on, and we've just stayed in the house. I'm not going out there to get all of their filthy COVID off of the snow. So we really are respecting the whole stay at home thing. When the rest of the world seems to have forgotten. But even with that, that's what I do anyway most of the time. How does the Streamer Showdown work? Basically, there's 9 of us. We do a big draft on Thursday night. There'll be a draft where we each pick a squad of players. And then on Saturday night, we'll do a league group stage kind of thing. That's basically there for establishing who plays who in the knockout rounds, like the playoffs on the Sunday night. And then the Sunday night, it is effectively the playoffs knockout tournament. And then at about 9:30 Sunday night, I get declared the winner because I always win because I'm Kev and I'm a hero. I'm going to try and get Jack Wilson back. I'm not paying for him. Forget that. Not a chance am I paying for him. Have I ever managed in South America? I don't think so. Same, I'm probably weird, but I have no problem being completely alone at home for weeks. Yeah, exactly. Job hunting, what have I missed? We've applied for the job at Crusaders. I guess we could have another little look. See if there's anything else that's come up. In divisions we could potentially end up in. I don't want to go to England yet, because if we go to England, it just becomes like every other save. I think when we hit England, it wants to be at like League One Championship level. I think we can realistically do a career where we end up in the SPL and then jump over to like League One Championship and then move up from there. And then maybe once we've hit the Premier League, we'll perhaps change the leagues up and go on a little European tour and just go and see the world. Me and Andy Legg seeing the world together and having a lovely time doing it. Shall I ignore all of that and apply for the Arsenal job? Scottish League One. What rank is that? No, I don't think we're going to get a Scottish League One job. If there was a Scottish League Two job, I'd potentially go for it. But if we go to Scotland now, it's going to rule out going to Northern Ireland or Ireland. Because again, similar to how once you go to England, you're not going to go back to Ireland. Once you go to Scotland, you're not going to go to Northern Ireland or Ireland because it's a step down. So we kind of want to go Northern Ireland or Ireland next. That's the plan. Who's in the showdown? Me and a bunch of nobodies that I'm going to beat. Let's see if I can remember the full list. Dr. Ben's in there, of course, because he runs the place. He picks the teams. So, you know, he has to be in. Then Zealand will be in there so he can take his monthly pasting from me. Second yellow card's in there, who I always beat in the knockout rounds. Timothy FM will be in there. Clates is in there. Chesnoid's in there. Of course, I'm in. Work the space. Who is the one that I've forgotten? I've forgotten one person. Who is Fox? Yeah, Lee. Fox in the box is in there as well. At least he's in there for the Saturday anyway. He'll be gone by 7 o'clock Sunday. Oh, who don't I beat? I beat them all. That's why I've won it 4 times. And then like, only win when I'm not in it. Oh, Lovely, lovely, lovely. Bum, 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 ba-da. That's 8 that you said would be out by 7 p.m. Sunday. I mean, to me, it would make sense to just knock them all out on the Saturday. How did I do in the last one? I wasn't in the last one because I was moving house. So that's why second yellow card won. Because every time previously, I've knocked him out in the knockout rounds. But obviously, without me there to knock him out, he got himself a little win. So he's probably happier than I am that I got to move house. Right. This lot. So these are contracts that are due at the end of next season. So we don't need to mess around with them yet. Let's focus. So it looks like it's not the 1st of July we wait for here. It's the 1st of June. Contracts all expired a little earlier. And now all of a sudden we've got oodles of pennies to spend. So let's do the usual. Heading over to my big buddy. In fact, we'll wait until the 1st of June rather than 31st of May. I want to see what freebies we can get. I remember when you raid Figurin, that Swede. I don't know who that is. I'm not disputing that I did, but I don't remember doing it. Dun, dun, dun. As much as I love seeing you in the showdown, I know Ches in real life and I have to back him. Yeah, but I'm going to embarrass him. As if it wasn't embarrassing enough being a Cambridge fan. But I'm going to embarrass him and I'm very sorry. How come Loki Doki doesn't go in a streamer showdown? You're best off asking him or Ben. I don't get a say one way or the other, so I don't know what conversations have or haven't happened. I just get told when to turn up, and then I turn up, win, and there's a lot of people who work very hard on the Streamer Showdown, and I'm very impressed and very happy to be associated with them all. I am not one of the people who works very hard on the Streamer Showdown. I don't have a behind the scenes role like a lot of them do. I don't do any of the planning or the graphical design stuff, any of that. I do nothing between showdowns. I just turn up and win the thing. So I'm the last person, of anyone involved, I'm probably the last person you should ask about any decisions that are made to do with the showdown, because I don't make any of them. Has Kev noticed that Andy Legg has left? What? We were going to make a life together. How has he left? He just said he wasn't going to leave. I need to check in on this. How has Andy... Where's he gone? We were going to make a life together. Did his contract run out? Where the hell's he gone then? Oh dear. Well, I'm sorry, Andy. I feel like I've misled you by... Yeah, thought that might happen. Oh dear. Oh dear. Probably should have let him go to Mansfield now. I almost feel a little bit guilty about it. Let's just make sure we've got a member of staff to bring in new members of staff. Of course, we've got a technical director. Why wouldn't we have a technical director? More to the point, why didn't he renew any of the contracts that he was supposed to renew? Have we got any staff left? Where have all the... Okay, we've got too many staff still. Although I would quite like an assistant manager. The opportunity to promote somebody called Gethin is an exciting possibility. Because, of course, Gethin has been my big buddy here on Twitch for many years. Is he my most senior assistant manager at the club now? Gethin, we've got a new job for you. Brilliant. Well, you can carry on with the under-19s then, you tall bag. My word. My word. Okay, let's see what we can get in the way of free transfers. Come on now, free transfers. Wow, you have a lovely voice. Thank you very much. It's one of the nicest things anyone's ever said to me. I've got a voice for radio. I've got a face for radio, is what I meant to say. Voice for radio makes me sound like I'm blowing my own trumpet, and as you all know, I'm not one to toot my own horn. Oh, what must you think of me? Right, we'll try and get some wingers in as well. We've not been using wingers, but you know I love a winger these days. I've changed greatly from the dark days when I didn't use wingers. Yeah, this is the second tier of Wales. Right, let's... No, Nobody say anything. Let's see if we get anybody who gives me any tips based on what I'm doing right now. This is a great way to work out who's new. We want to see who's going to be a know-it-all. Who's going to be a know-it-all? You say this is like the klaxon on QI. You don't want to say it. You don't want to say it because we've all got the answer for you. Someone else can field the answer when somebody says it. I'm not even explaining it anymore. Ah, hold on. What have I done wrong there? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Something, select all. Select all is for losers. As you know, only losers try and select all on this screen. Try it. I'm not even going to show you it doesn't work. I challenge you to try it. Have we already offered trials? How have we already offered trials to so many of these players? I don't understand. When have I... What is going on here? Why have I... How have I... What have I... Have I already done this? So many of them have already been offered a trial. When did I do this? One-week trial, why not 2 or more? Because to do 2, that would be an extra click. And it's already a complete pain in the trouser leg that I have to do as many clicks as I do. I'm not adding in an extra click to adjust how long I do it for. Because that would be the entire stream, just me clicking buttons on this screen. And if you... Mitchell Glover, a Non-League Legend alumni. And if you want to see button clicking, I think Zealand is streaming. If you just want to see mindless, pointless button clicking with no end game. We have an end game. We're trying to win some football matches. Oh, in recruitment meeting, I trialed them all. That makes a lot of sense. Right, I don't want to do... Do I have to name a vice captain now? I don't really want to. We've tried to bring too many people in on trial. Oh, fiddlesticks. You can just press space instead of yes when offering trials. Can you? You might have just saved minutes off of every day of my life. If we add that up, you've probably just gifted me years of life, which I appreciate. It looks like I do have to make this decision now, so I'll just go with what Reese Freeman, my goatee bearded fitness coach, if he says this should be our vice captain, who am I to argue with Reese Freeman? Right, is that everybody in? Oh, look at some of these star ratings. Ooh, this is delicious looking. We're not going to be able to afford all these, are we? Not a chance are we going to be able to afford all these players. But they are some stunning looking star ratings. I'm getting a little hot under the collar here, boys and girls. I'm not even a little bit ashamed to say it. Right. Oh, clubs in Wales release players as well. I mean, we are on that list, so that's a little bit of a surprise that... I mean, he was just on a lot of money, I guess. That's why he's come up there. So, let's probably use your remapped mouse button. Oh. Why has it gone to this stupid formation? We're Diamond Boys now. Right. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. Stars will be high because you have no players left to compare them to. Well, that's not strictly true. So we've got Alan Maddox, who's a 5-star current ability player. And was when everyone else was still here. And he's still here. So... my staff are good at judging. Doesn't matter. They'll be good enough. There'll be enough good players here. Staff 442 is my main formation in training. I don't think I do. No, there you go. Primary train tactic is the diamond. I think it's just glitching out on me. Right, back to this screen. Let's start in midfield. Carter Frew, who's off of St Mirren. This is where we find out if this is going to be realistic or not. Well, how much money is he going to want? That's not too bad, actually. That could have been a lot worse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's negotiate these boys down as far as possible. We've got to be careful we don't go too crazy. But we'll take him. Right, should we start from the back and do this in a sensible order? Sam French as a goalkeeper. Let's get... See, I already don't want to leave now we're doing players. Oh, see, that's a lot of... That's like an eighth of our wage budget right there. That is a lot to throw at one player. Like the Isle of the Man. The Isle of the Man. It's like the Isle of Man all over again. We're not going to be able to afford to bring in many players, and we don't have much of a squad left. Harris O'Connor, have a contract. Please be cheap. Oh, Harris, you silly goose. I asked you nicely to be cheap. Right, we need a striker as well. But these are all... Why are they all Scottish? Is that because the English players haven't been released yet? That's probably what that is, isn't it? That makes some sense to me. So maybe we try again on the 1st of July. Not that there's going to be any money left on the 1st of July. Right, we need another guy in midfield. Are we allowed to have a team just full of Scottish players in this league? Or is there a certain number of Welsh players we have to have? I could probably check that myself, but you know I'm not going to. So I'm just going to trust you lot to check it for me. Lewis Robertson. Beautiful stuff. Let's get him in as well. I think we're probably close to maxing out the wages now. We haven't done fullbacks yet. So we should probably take a fullback. Aaron Steele. Looks like my man at fullback. One, two, three, four. Don't know why I'm arguing over 30 quid. In fact, I do, because we've got no money, so it does make sense. Dun, dun, dun. Michael Hewitt. Yes, Big Dan, we are also job hunting. We've applied for one job already. We're doing transfers and job hunting at the same time. So we'll either end up staying here or we'll end up leaving. Depends how much of a mess I make with these transfers, I guess. That'll dictate whether we want to stay or not. Right, I think we need one more striker. He's a bit old. Does that mean he's going to be cheap? No. No, it does not. Oh, we scared him off, so we need another striker. I guess we've got Logan still around. So, if all of these come in, we've got Stars and Logan, Maddox, Frew would be there, and then Gray and Robertson, Steele, O'Connor. Did we offer Walker a contract? No, we need another centre back then. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to stop offering contracts until the board stop me. I ain't repairing their financial damage. That doesn't feel like my job. So that would take us over our wage budget at this point. Did we offer him a job? We did. A job. Did we offer him a contract? We did. And then we can kind of fill the rest of the squad in with players who are already here, I guess. How many are already here? So we've got like half a squad here already. If we're bringing 11 fresh players to work with these 11 players, that works, I think. Let's just see if we get them all. Oh, we've got lots of players rejecting. Oh, these... Well, I said Ryan Babel for a minute then. Yeah, I can imagine he did reject us. Da, da, da. No, I didn't get sacked. No. Move to Scotland and poach all of these players. Good idea. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Why is somebody just typing Amati over and over again in the chat? If he was any good, we'd have already offered him a contract. The fact that we haven't suggests he's not as good as the other ones who are here. This is your negotiation music. Where? Have I got a reserve squad? Not really. We've just released most of them. We've basically released most of the players who were at the club. I certainly don't think we're going to offer any more contracts until the 1st of July now, because now we've seen how many of the Scottish players arrived, we should probably have a go at bringing in some English players as well. Have I watched any of the FA Cup games this year? No, the FA Cup does not exist in my world this year. Mainly because I don't really watch any football. He's good in real life. He's my favourite player. Ah, okay. Did I get Subway cookies? What? I'm lost now. Have I said something in a video that I recorded a week ago that came out today? Because this... Now I'm finally, after all these years, I've finally got about a week ahead on all my videos. But everyone comes to... I look at the comments every day and I'm like, I genuinely have no idea what that is about. What have I said about Subway? You're going to have to refresh my memory what I said about Subway. I imagine it was really insightful. It was in today's home episode. Okay. Oh, we didn't get the Crusaders job. I mean, we are still officially job hunting, but now much less likely to go anywhere. There's no Scottish League 2 jobs available. What about Coleraine? I mean, if we didn't even get an interview at Crusaders, I think we're really unlikely to get anything at a club that were at a Hyatt that finished a place above them. But we can try. We can see what happens. I don't want to go to England yet. I don't want to move around in Wales, and there's no Scottish League 2 jobs available or Irish jobs. You were recording in the morning and started rambling on about Subway cookies because you were hungry. That does sound like the sort of thing that I do. Kenners, thank you very much for the sub. You mentioned buying the team a Subway meal, Subway meal deals if we won. Oh, brilliant. Right, there you go. Is that everyone in now who we tried to sign? Do we have a team? We pretty much do. We pretty much have a team. We've also gone over our wage budget, so I think what I'll do now is just get rid of the rest of the trialists. Why is Select All not working on this screen now? I thought they'd killed it on this screen. Terminate trials. Let's see how many players we've actually got in our first team squad. Yeah, the raid command should be removed as well. Can we kill the raid command? I'm now tempted to order a Domino's and get their cookies. Subway cookies are much better than Domino cookies. Domino's cookies are just like cake. They're like chocolate brownies in cookie shape. They're not my kind of cookies at all. I'd much prefer a real cookie, like what you get from Subway. Subway are right up there as one of the best cookies. Right, so we now have a 25-man first team squad. Let's just see if we can bin off some of these fringe players that are no good. Anyone down here who's on a non-contract can go. So Gary with an I, he can go. All of this lot can leave. Actually, he's 17 and 19. Hold on. Let's not get rid of Gary with an I. We'll get rid of those two. And then these are kids as well, but he can go. So that's 3 that can leave. So what does that get us down to? A 22-man squad? What happened with Raid Shadow Legends? Oh no, I'm still playing it. It's just they're not paying me to talk about it at the moment, so we don't need a command for them. It will be back as soon as they throw more money at me again. Right, so we now have a first team squad of 22 players, which seems pretty good. What have we got in the under-19s? Why is he 25 years old and in the under 19? Oh, he's just there for fitness. Okay. Why is he? Oh, he's on a contract. Okay. So, this is a much better squad than we had when we arrived. How are we doing now financially? We're doing all right. Have we got any huge gaps in the squad? Current ability. So we've got a couple of goalkeepers. We've only got 3 centre-backs. We've only got 2 defensive midfielders. We've got plenty of... We probably need 1 more striker. We could probably get rid of the wingers. We probably need another striker, another centre-back, and maybe someone who can cover defensive midfield for us. So let's just bin off the wingers. Why have I got position on here twice? Oh, because best position. Okay. So we don't need 3 players who can all play. We certainly don't need this guy. So we're just not going to use him. So he can go. The other wide players are all young, so we can just retrain them into something else. Right, we'll wait until the English players are available. Am I still looking to move on? If the right job comes up, yes. But I'm not desperate to. Find a new club, David. Offer him out for 0, and then I might just try and terminate him. His contract, not his life. Because he's only on £10 a week. How much is it going to cost to terminate him? I did get rejected by Crusaders, yes. Is that not too big of an under 19? I mean, do you watch the home save? You can build an entire successful team around under 19s if they're good enough. The idea that you... When? Who gave him a new contract? I gave him a new contract last week. That feels like a mistake. Yes, I am trying to force him out of the club. Get out of the club. Oh. At least he's only on a tenner a week. This is essentially non-league legend, but in the Isles. Kinda. You think the Lampard sacking was right? Weirdly, I don't think the sacking was right, but I also don't think giving him the job in the first place was right. They kind of set themselves up to have to sack him as soon as they hired him when he wasn't good enough. He was trash at Derby. He was really awful at Derby. He only got that job because he used to play for him. They're one of the biggest clubs in the country. They should probably hire managers who, you know, have managed before and done it quite well, rather than just giving it to some guy who used to play for him. So they set themselves up for nonsense. He wasn't good at Derby. He spent £5 million on Jack Marriott and then didn't play him. Didn't play him in the playoff final, despite him scoring the goal that got him to the playoff final and him spending £5 million on him. Yeah, he got Derby to the playoff final. He spent loads of money there. I mean, it's a bit of a theme for Frank Lampard now. Spending loads of money and not being able to get the best out of the players he spends the money on. The fact that the only time he's looked like a half-decent manager is when he wasn't able to buy players suggests that actually he wants to get himself a job as the England under-19s manager, under-21 manager or something. Nice cushy job in the FA, because he hasn't got a clue how to spend money. Sense that you aren't much of a fan of Lampard in general. He was a great player. I've upset Liverpool fans many times with my views on him and Gerrard should never have been in the same England team, which would have meant Steven Gerrard not getting very many caps because Frank Lampard was the better one of the two. And I wouldn't have played him and Gerrard in the same England midfield. Yeah, I thought Lampard was a good player. He's just not a very good manager. He's a silly goose. I'm a Derby fan, Kev. He was awful. He's the reason we're in money trouble now. There you go. Tell Charlie, who was trying to defend him before. Should have had more time. Oh, now once he got there, yeah, you give him more time because he did quite well last season. And he spent quite well this summer just gone. Remember how excited we all were about managing Chelsea on FM21 because of all the players they brought in. So he appeared to spend well and did well with the kids the year before. So once he was there, yeah, he should have got more time. But they never should have hired him in the first place. Who's the better manager, Lampard or Gerrard? Well, on the evidence we've seen so far, Gerrard. But I mean, Gerrard's never managed in a top league, so I guess once Gerrard gets to go at a big club in a big league, we'll see if he's any good. Wait for it. They're coming. I can hear the mob forming. Where are they? Are you saying Rangers are not in a top league? I mean, yes. Yes, I am. Oh, dear. I'm a Rangers fan and I agree we aren't in a top league. Beautiful. Gerrard was also the far better player. We've got some Liverpool fans in this evening, I see. I mean, someone asked before about who was best out of Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard. Gerrard's a distant third, I think, out of those three. And the only people who disagree with me are Liverpool fans. I think you could then probably make an argument for either Scholes or Lampard. I personally probably would go Lampard of the three. But Scholes and Lampard were both fair. I mean, they were all very good players. But Gerrard... Gerrard was the better of the three. Madness. Absolute madness. He carried Liverpool for years. To what? That just means he was playing in a worse team than the other two were. That doesn't mean he was a better player. He probably looked better in comparison to the teams he was playing with. But Lampard and Scholes, I mean, you just have to look at the amount of stuff they won. One Champions League is not the same as having a drawer full of Premier League winners' medals. Blackburn won the Premier League more than Gerrard, exactly. Who was better, Scholes or Keane? Probably Keane. They're saying Lampard and Scholes got carried. No, I'm saying they were good enough to be in very good teams. Gerrard looked good in a poor team. Oh dear. You lot have all lost your minds now. You're getting your memes out. I see you. I see you getting your memes out. Goodness me. I mean, Darren Ferguson, the esteemed Peterborough United manager, has more Premier League winners' medals than Steven Gerrard. And that's just because his dad was Man United manager. He got a medal just for having a dad. Gerrard was good enough to be in a top team. Probably should have signed for one at some point then to prove it. What are you talking about? Liverpool are the best. They've had one good season in 30 years. Was Darren Ferguson any good as a player? He played the majority of his career for Wrexham. So read into that what you will. Is Henderson the right man to replace Gerrard? I mean, Henderson won the league, didn't he? So they won the league and the Champions League the last 2 years, and if not for City, they won the Champions League and the league within the same 365-day period. That's their one good year. How Posh doing this year? Looking good for automatic promotion. What tier am I in? We're in the Welsh second tier. Just come on here, what have I walked into? Just one of those age-old arguments that football fans will never agree on. I can be impartial because I don't support a Premier League team, but everyone else lets their Premier League team biases get involved. Did my dad enjoy China? By the way, I'm hoping he's coming back to Newcastle. He might be back. Who knows? Gerrard was good enough for Mourinho to want him. I mean, if I had more knowledge on the tip of my tongue, I'd throw a bad Manchester United signing of Mourinho's to say, what does that prove? I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm not that in enough. Gerrard was unquestionably a top player. Agree. I completely agree he was a top player. The question wasn't, was Steven Gerrard a good footballer or not? He was one of the best players of his generation. I was just saying he wasn't as good as Frank Lampard. Kevin Chapman, aka LOLLUJO, would have selected Frank Lampard in my England team ahead of him. That's all I was saying. People have gone crazy about it. Oh dear. Talk about Messi versus Ronaldo. I don't know that I've ever seen either of them play a full game of football. I don't really watch exotic foreign football. I probably saw Ronaldo play a few times when he first signed for Man United, depending on when it happened, before I gave up on the Premier League. But yeah, I don't watch European football. Yeah, exactly. Do I look Spanish? Brilliant. Perfect use of that. Brilliant stuff. I don't know where we should finish in the Welsh Cup this year. I wasn't paying attention when we discussed that. I've encouraged all of my boys though, which is good. All these streams like this is entertaining. Yeah, it's not always about football. Sometimes we'll get this passionate arguing about what's the best pizza topping. The conversation can go anywhere. When was the last time I spoke to Mrs. Wearmouth? This morning. If Posh is rich owner, how long do you think it would take them to establish themselves in the Championship? We need the ground first. We can't... put rich owner in like quotation marks. He's not like supporting a Championship club rich. He's probably worth about 15-20 million quid. He's not like a gazillionaire. He's not going to sit there throwing money at the club every year. Posh is self-sustaining. We spend money based on the players that we sell, which is why it's so important that we keep the conveyor belt rolling with the young strikers and make lots of money on them every year. So in order for us to establish ourselves in the Championship, we need our new ground, which is, we've been promised it for 15 years. Maybe it will happen at some point, but for as long as we're playing in a ground that only holds 12,000 people with a terrace at one end and the half of it falling down, we ain't got a chance of establishing ourselves in the Championship, and we'll just forever be a yo-yo club. Which is fine. It's fun yo-yoing. It's much more fun getting promoted every few years than it is being in a relegation battle forever. So I don't really necessarily mind being a yo-yo club between League One and the Championship. We're never going to get up to the Premier League. So if we became an established Championship club, it just means we're establishing ourselves for boring mediocrity forever. So, yeah, I'll yo-yo. Thanks. Yo-yo's good. Curve logic. I mean, your name is Baggies Fan. Are you telling me you don't enjoy the promotion seasons? You're just like the next tier up version of us. You must enjoy the Championship years more than the Premier League years, surely. Did the BT person get through the snow okay? Of course he didn't. He's coming on Wednesday. Didn't say he wasn't coming. I phoned him. Well, I didn't phone him. I have a direct DM line to them now, where they reply instantly. It's brilliant because we've got an ongoing complaint with them. So I said at 5 o'clock, didn't come then, did he? And I said, oh no, he's coming on Wednesday. You didn't want to tell me. I've waited in all day for him. Where was he? I mean, why they didn't reply with, you have to wait in, sir. There's a pandemic and a lockdown on. But they let me get away with that. I've waited in all day. Where was he? Yeah, he didn't turn up. He's coming on Wednesday. As a Leeds fan, I'm happier this season. When we lose, it doesn't matter as much as it did the last 2 seasons. Weird. I'm a Leeds fan and I hate the years of Championship mediocrity. Yeah, but you must have enjoyed last season. I'm not saying I want League One mediocrity. I'm saying I'd rather bounce between League One and the Championship than have Championship mediocrity. I don't want to be mid-table in any division or in a relegation battle in any division. I want to be... Promotion is fun. I want to be in promotion battles. We're never going to be in promotion battles in the Championship. So, therefore, it's more fun to bounce back and forth between the two. What should we call the cup? I mean, I should probably just do something like that because I can pronounce that as well as I can pronounce the name of the team. So, shall we get some... Oh, look at the big clubs coming in. Beautiful. 2 breasts. And young Ajax. That's going to cost us 18 grand and give us no income. What the actual hell is that all about? We're not going to make any money off this damn thing. There's no point doing it. We'll just start the season not fit. Is it the 1st of July? Hold the phone, boys and girls. We need to get trialists in again. Right, how are we doing financially? We're doing lovely. Right. As a Norwich fan, I love the Championship, but there's always the pressure to succeed. Yeah, I mean, I guess Posh are a small enough club that even when we're in League One, we don't feel the pressure to be pushing for promotion, even though we do challenge for promotion most years in League One, because traditionally we're a League Two side. If you did one of those average league tables, then I imagine our average, like over the entire life of the Football League, I imagine we average towards the bottom of League One or towards the top of League Two. So for us, it's just, we're happy to be involved. We're having a nice day. We're happy to be here. How's my knee? Hurts. Oh, even talking about it brings a tear to my eye and a lump to my throat. I used my cycling thing, my pedaling thing today. Bad idea. And then I walked in the snow again. Bad idea. It was swollen. I'm only offering trials to the players who are actually in the positions where we need players. I don't know why I got so many on the list because we can't bring loads of players in. I don't want to be tempted. So we need a centre-back, a defensive midfielder and a striker. And I guess what we could also look at is loans. So... Come on, Mr. Director of Football. What have you got in the way of loans for me? Can you give me a really good striker? And a really good... Let's get a good core from loans. This is what we want. Just all the way down the middle of the team. with loan players. Oh, there's no DMs. Okay, well, that spoils that plan to go all the way down the middle of the team. So let's scout these. Oh, there's someone from Posh under 23s. Can we not even scout this lot? Are they outside of our scouting range? That button's not working. It's behind my head, that's for sure. I don't think we can scout them all. Can we scout him? We're going to have to go through individually. Oh, this takes the biscuit now. Goodness me. So who did we actually scout when we just selected all? So we've scouted him. And him. So a few of them are getting scouted. But not all of them. What happened there? Why has it only done a few of them? No idea what I've done there. With my stupid fingers. Right, let's have a look to see who's already available for loan. We don't really want to be paying for any loans. But if we can... His name is Wealth. What a name. We don't need a winger, but what a name. Wealth da Silva. Love that name. Who wants Charlie Williams? Is he good enough to come and do a job for us if he's cheap? He probably is. But I don't want to be paying him anything. Yeah, that's the kind of deal I'm looking for. James Carvel. I'm only interested in the ones who are already in Wales. Let's get our Welsh youngster quota up. Looking for players who are already wanted by teams at about our level. We'll do with those ones at the moment. What do the white stars mean? Not good enough to get a yellow star. Has Dave abandoned me yet? He should be in here, I think. Should we put Dave cam on? There he is, look. Tap behind my new AEW figures that arrived today. Hiding in there. You need money to get wealth. Maybe we need wealth to get some money. Maybe signing wealth is exactly what we need to do to meet the club goal of repairing the club's financial damage. They can say, what have you done to repair the financial damage? I literally brought wealth to the club. I can write that on my performance review. Maybe we should sign him. All right, get all this slot in. Appreciate the response to the belt designs, Kev. They were very snazzy looking belts. Oh, look at the quality of some of these boys again. Ooh, we're not going to be able to afford them. That's the problem. But, ooh, they're lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, look at them. Look at them go. Right, you're 19. And 19, you're a 6'2" target, man. Come along, then. But, oh. We're not going to get any of these, are we? Unless someone is dirt cheap. This is the problem of bringing in all the fancy pants English players. They're not interested. Oh. They're all too expensive. Freezer, thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, we spent too much before. I'll try all of them, but I don't think we're going to get any of them. Oh, we might get him. We're going to have to really try and push him down. Right, let's see if we can sneak him through that way. We haven't got a signing on fee to give him. That's a problem. No. We were close with him. Aaron Roberts. You're even younger, Aaron. Come on. No. Not interested. How about you, Aaron? A different Aaron. What a haircut on him. No. Brandon, you look older than 18. You want a Zealand's new gens. Luca Vega. Good Welsh name. No. Well, I think we're making do with what we've got. Unless we get some loans in. Trideca UK. Thank you very much for the sub. No space for the English boys. The Scots got all the wages. But they got in a month early. Bum, 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 bum. Mike, you're forever telling me not to click walk away. I'm always going to walk away. I'm not rude. It's just rude not to walk out. I need to let them know where they stand. Like Dylan Jones. Wanted by some fella called Barry. Barry, I don't know who you are, but come back to me when you've got a football team. Should we have a look at what jobs are available again now? It's gone to the 1st of July, actually. This is where the Scottish ones might have become available. We got a Scottish League 2 job on here anywhere? No. Loads of English jobs. Arsenal and Tottenham both available. I don't think we're going to get either of them. I think we're in LLANELLI through another year, boys and girls. So we'll just have to hope that this team's any good. Jason, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs. Very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Get your nuts out for Jason, boys and girls. What a moment. Oof. Oof. Lovely. One of those names I recognise as a YouTube channel member as well, because I have to say Ethic in my hair about once a month. So congratulations on your gifted sub, Ethic in my hair. And everybody else. Oh, look at all those nuts. It's like a sea of nuts in here. My name was Adair. What? Does it have meaning? I'm intrigued. I need to know the backstory. I was offered the Rangers job, turn them down. Where are you at the moment? It seems like a big shout. It's a long story. Who wants to know the story behind why Ethic in my hair is called Ethic in my hair? Let us know down in the chat. What's the story behind the nuts? I'll tell if he tells. Or she. I'm assuming he, because it's a Football Manager stream. I could be being a sexist pig. Who knows? That everyone wants to know. We all need to know the story. It used to be Epic Gamer Matt, but YouTube captions thought I said ethic in my hair. I mean, that's not that long a story, is it? You've done that in what, 12 words? What? If that's a long story, tell us a short story. My word. I guess I have to spill as well now. Basically, I said subs once and the YouTube captions heard me say nuts, so we changed it to that. And that's the truth behind the nuts. I got the Brighton job without a big budget. With a big budget of 150 million. Wowzers. Was there some kind of takeover there to give you all that money? What's caused all that money to be there? Tell us the nut story. I just did. Da, 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 da. Bumper. I can't tell it again. It's a long story. Oh dear. I reckon the Welsh job would offer me a contract. What, the national team job? Probably not at this stage. I've not even made it to the Welsh Premier yet. I've done saves starting in Wales in the past. This is before the tier 2 in Wales was on FM. So one of my pre-YouTube non-League to Legend saves. And I started at a Welsh club. I forget which one. It was at a Welsh Premier club. And I was there for about 3 years, won the Welsh Premier League, got into Europe, got into the early qualifying rounds for, I guess, the Champions League. It might have been the Europa League. Did quite well in that. And then went job hunting. And the best jobs I could find were in the Conference North and South. It was like I'd spent 3 years not even really doing anything. So I don't think there's much chance of me getting a good job off the back of this. If we've got money to bring in someone like that, I will eat my hat. Dredge the Hartlepool fan, thank you very much for the sub. Should make another YouTube video with Twitch clips. I might do it at some point. I mean, full disclosure, I did it last time because I was moving house and needed some content, and then very few people watched it, so I'm probably not going to do it anytime soon. Was it TNS? I don't think it was TNS. I don't think I'd start with TNS. It feels like there's not much point in starting with TNS. Ryan Giggs got the Wales job having never managed a football team. Yeah, but he's Ryan Giggs. I'm Kev. I feel like even without any managerial experience, he still has a little bit more footballing calibre than I do. TNS manager went to Hartlepool after winning the league for loads of years in a row. Okay. There was more to the story, but I can't be bothered to say. Okay. We'll let you off then. Just logged out to order tea and had an advert on. Question for everyone is, are you a left or what? I don't know what that means. Thank you for the hype train, boys and girls. We've hit a hype train. Beautiful. I mean, if you watched your own series, I'd take you every time over Giggsy. I like that. You should. Danny Cowley might be going to Stockport County. Which one is he? Is he the older brother or the younger brother? Are they going as a twosome again, or is the younger one breaking out on his own? The Cowleys confuse me. Try not to pay too much attention to long ball merchants. Don't let Tomothy hear me say that. Long ball merchant. They are long ball merchants. Boring anti-football. That's what Lincoln were under them too. I'd rather lose than win like that. Shady's in. Good afternoon. How the devil are you? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's the Wales trial day. Hurrah! You missed this. But big news, a post on SO forums from today. Youth intake may not be fixed. Just a heads up. Nothing we can do about it, is there? It's just one of those things. It didn't work with a tier 10 save like the Isle of Man because it was already making the save too hard. It already cost us a relegation and we weren't going to go back up again. But it won't affect home because home is all about the players coming through our own youth system anyway. And we've juiced that, so I think we'll be fine with home. We'll be all right in this save because we'll just dance around and it'll be all right. Isn't long ball basically what the home lump is? No, the home lump is very careful and tactical and precise. Long ball is boring. Yeah, we'll do a friendly with the university. A little bit of student outreach. Beautiful. We're lurking again tonight. Anyway, will you enjoy your lurking, Shady? Remind me to talk about him every now and again. So his ears prick up while he's lurking. Long pass and long ball are two totally different tactics. Exactly. Can't be anti-football when you have Danny Pritchard. But you've seen the beauty of Danny Pritchard playing. It's not aimless balls for players to chase with him. It's a tactical pass towards his head so that he can then flick it on as a through ball. It's beautiful. What 3 teams do I think will go up from League One? Posh and 2 others. Not Lincoln. Lincoln will bottle it. Probably we'll go up as champions. Portsmouth might come with us. And then the playoffs is anyone's game, isn't it? Anyone can win the playoffs. Have I managed a real club? No. don't even know why I had to there. No, I haven't. I think Sunderland will. No. No, not Doncaster either. No, 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 no. What would be the best Welsh clubs? Cardiff and Swansea, which are not even playing in Wales. Yeah, I mean, traditionally, Cardiff, Swansea, Wrexham, I guess, are your big three Welsh clubs, aren't they? See if we can get another coaching course in. Because these coaching courses will help us dance around to different clubs. I'll come back up. Is Grant McCann still manager? Because if he is, not a chance. They've rejected my coaching course. Newport, I always forget Newport. Because when I were a lad, it was the other three. Wrexham have kind of fallen off a bit, haven't they? Who will I be starting non-League Legend with next year? I don't know. Depends who the closest team to my house. I haven't even looked. I don't even know who might be coming up. I don't even know if leagues are going to have promotions and relegations. It's all a little bit, who knows? Who knows at this stage? Oh, I forgot about the Nathaniel MG Cup. It's the big one. I gather Wickham might be winning a football match. Seems to be a lot of talk of Wickham all of a sudden. Wickham are beating Spurs. My goodness me. What type of save is this? A really awesome one. That's all you need to know. It's a really cool save. An awesome save. It's just a Football Manager save. We haven't really got rules to it. We've started at Llanelli. Well, we actually started unemployed and we ended up at Llanelli, which I can't say. At some point we'll probably leave and we'll probably move around a bit, or we might decide we fall in love with a club and stay there. It's one of those rare things that you don't see a lot from content creators. It's just a Football Manager save. No rules, no quirks, no nonsense. We're just playing Football Manager, just doing a save. Not every save has to be a challenge. We need that condensing into a command for when people come in and ask. I don't know how to condense that into one sentence. I go with, yeah, it's just a save. Just a save. Hope you end up in Scotland at some point. I almost certainly will end up in Scotland at some point. I quite fancy the idea of managing in all the nations we've got loaded. That's not a rule. It's just, we'll see. We'll see where we end up. A normal save. Yeah, but people won't know what a normal save is because no creators do a normal save. Everyone's doing a journeyman or a road to glory or a challenge. No one just does a normal Football Manager save like you would if you were playing in your pants on your laptop. I don't know why we keep making offers for these players that we can't afford. He is wearing his school uniform in that picture and hasn't yet shaved for the first time. Astonishing. Yes, I started unemployed. Go to Scotland, don't manage Aberdeen. Aberdeen's probably one of the clubs I'm most likely to manage. I definitely won't manage Rangers or Celtic, but everyone else is fair game. What's the definition of a normal FM save? It's played by someone who's never been on the forums, never been on Twitter, never been on Reddit, never learnt all these little rules that people force on themselves and just loaded the game up and started playing it. That's a normal Football Manager save. Right, we're going to get David Harding out of here. Get out of here. Join Aberdeen, you'll win the league for 300 years. That's the plan. I think that is the best way to describe it. A save you do in your pants whilst eating cold pizza crusts. That's the best. It's the best kind of save. A pizza crust. A pizza crust and pants save. Oh, we're about to play our first game of the season. That's summer done, boys and girls. That was eventful. These summers in Wales are quick, aren't they? We didn't get much of a summer this year. Should we bring Welf in just because we can? I'll tell you what, we should bring this guy in. Off of League 2 Wrexham. I'd like to point out League 2 Wrexham. I don't know if they're in League 2 in real life, but Wrexham in the Football League does make them quite a big club. Certainly in comparison to us. Change the stream title. Nah. I'll leave it clickbaity. People are more likely to come in with the title as it is. And they can't argue that's not what the stream was. So, you know, we'll continue to clickbait. Thanks. Love a bit of clickbait. Sam Beckwith. We'll try and get him on loan as well. There you go. We're bringing the loan boys in now. What's the equivalent to the Welsh Prem in England? Tier 8. Did you kick everyone out into the snow so you could stream this evening? No, they're around. They're using the internet. The internet's been, touch wood, the internet's been pretty stable today, even though we still haven't had the engineer out. So fingers crossed, whatever was the problem is going away. Media prediction, hopefully first. We should go, yeah, I was going to say, super strong favourites. People told me when we were 91-1 on with home, it was because I'd fixed it in the database to make it happen. There's your proof that you can just get there by signing some really good players. We've had a great summer. We've got several of the best players in the division. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And we'll have a lovely time. We're going to win the league. That needed recording. I need to put that on the soundboard. Will you edit all the names to have their real Welsh names if I translate them for you? No. That will confuse me. In home, it was obvious you'd had league and championship quality players. But we didn't. We have terrible staff who think they're League One and Championship quality, but they're not. Like Bachelor Ekpateta went to the Championship. Has he gone to the Championship yet for you? If not, he goes to the Championship. Spoilers. This is a problem of recording in advance. Has he already gone now? I hope he's already gone. I mean, he doesn't play. He's not good enough to actually play there. He just went there. Ah, there you go. You knew he went to Blackpool. Excellent. I was in class. What did I miss? The whole summer. You missed the entire summer. We applied for a number of jobs, didn't get any of them, and did much transfers. Although you wouldn't know it from that screen. We did them all here. And we've brought in a whole new team. Davis is at least... Oh, yeah. Harrison Davis is that... Harrison Davis is the Dean Morris of the save. He's the one freak player who'll probably go on to... He's Welsh, isn't he? So he won't play for England. He'll go and get 80 caps for Wales. He'll play in the Premier League. He is that freak of a player that you always seem to get. But he's the only one. That song's going to haunt you when you finish second on the last day of the season. I ain't finishing second. We're going to win the league by like 30 points. We are going to absolutely storm this division. We are taking no prisoners. We are ruining it for everybody else. We're going to make it so that after we're done with this league, no one else will ever want to play in it again, because it's like, that's that league that Kev ruined. Ugh. That's what we're going to do to this league. It's going to be hideous. You won't even recognise it as a league when we're done with it. It's just going to be a mess of former league nonsense. We're going to absolutely destroy it. Have I made my point yet? We're going to have a good season. Right, lots of new players in the team. We're diamonding it up. And here we go. 5-0 incoming. Season preview. We're 91-1 on. If we don't win by like 30 points... There's the Welsh Premier League equivalent of English League 7. At a stretch, maybe. Right, here we go. Here we go. 8-0 incoming. Set pieces. Don't need them. We'll set them up after this game. Don't need them. I mean, we'll already have last year's instructions on. So it shouldn't be a disaster, but we haven't tweaked it to suit these players. Oh dear, we're going to... Don't worry about that. We'll be fine. We'll be fine! Is the Welsh Premier League full-time or still part-time? I think there's some full-time and some part-time in there. I think it's a mixture. I could be wrong. It might all be part-time. There are definitely part-time clubs in there. I don't know if there's any full-time ones as well. Nice diamond tactic, not 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. Diamond is probably my most used tactic on Football Manager over the last 3 or 4 seasons. I'm all over the diamond. Love a bit of diamond. Oh dear. We're a little bit porous through the middle, which is a little bit worrying when we're playing 4 central midfielders. TNS is the only full-time team. Okay, that makes sense. That's why they win it all the time then. They're basically cheating. Right, come on, boys. They've had their fun. Let's go and score some goals now. Maddox is our best player. Still only 17. Come for our youth team. He's going to be a superstar. What's the team cohesion like? Team cohesion's for losers. We don't need no team cohesion. It's like 9 debuts. Probably not great, but it'll be fine. We'll get good quick. That's what we do. Which league is this? This is the Welsh second tier. Might change the stream title, actually, just so people know what we're up to. So... Start of Season 2. With LLANELLI in the Welsh. We just score a goal, second tier. I can see flashing on the screen. Someone scored a goal. Who was it? 'Twas us! Beautiful. Oh, a set piece. Who'd have thought? Oh, actually, that's very well worked. Beautiful stuff. Bum, 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 bum. So he's one of our new boys, I think. No, he was here last year and never played. Fantastic. Oh, no, he wasn't. He is one of our new boys. We just brought him in the summer, early in the summer. So he counts as last year. That's going to confuse me. Right, we still don't have an assistant manager, by the way. That's going to be problematic. We should probably go and get one of them. Have I ever been to a player final in real life? Yes. I've been to all 3 player finals that Posh have played in. They're a good, fun day out. Hey! 2-0. Did they win any of those? Posh are the only team in Football League history to have played in more than one playoff final and have a 100% winning record in them. What happened to Andy Legg? I promised him a new contract and then forgot to give him it, so he left. I haven't adjusted the set pieces yet. No, these are last season's set pieces. So they're still pretty good. They're just not tailored to these players. But set pieces are a beautiful thing. Oh, hello. What's all this? What is all this? Beautiful goalkeeping. What do I do to help club finances with this type of club? Yell at the chairman and the finance director. Not my job. Don't care. Sort it out yourselves. I manage the football team. And then walk out and stop thinking about it forever. Pretty much. That's pretty much how I manage for finances at any club. It's nothing to do with me. It is somebody else's responsibility. Why have we got 3 defenders on the bench? Have I got a season ticket for Posh? Not these days, because I don't live in Peterborough anymore. And I just... In a normal year, I'm away at events and stuff most Saturdays. So I've not had a season ticket for about 2 or 3 years. I had one for about 30 years, 25, 30 years. I had one for a long time. Reminder from earlier, check on Kettering next Non-League to Legend episode. I mean, it won't be the next one you see, because I'm recorded about a week in advance, but I'll try and do it at some point. What did I have for tea? Cottage pie, and it was very tasty. I am very pleased with that result. Future Kev's problem. It's not even Future Kev's problem. The club finances are never the manager's problem. The club finances are the owner's problem. I've never seen anyone get sacked because of the club finances. So, to me, that means it's just not my concern. They can ask me to try and sort it as much as possible, but that doesn't mean I'm going to. Can we not? We're not allowed an assistant manager. We're going to have to promote one of the coaches. I've got a goalkeeping coach and a fitness coach. I don't even have anyone doing general coaching. Who is doing the coaching around here? Let's try and get Gethin up into the first team again as assistant manager. See if we're allowed to do that. Might have to ask for an extra member of coaching staff to be able to do it. You released everybody that was over the limit. By the end of the season, you have 25 very fit goalkeepers. Yeah. Hopefully, we can just slot him into that role. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not releasing one of the coaches. We need them. We need all of our coaches. I mean, realistically, we probably get rid of the goalkeeping coach, don't we? There you go. We just signed a good midfielder on loan. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get in the job first. Do you remember me, Kev? Should I? Is Kev going to slum and coach? Absolutely not. What do you think this is? Not going to get my shoes dirty. Dun, 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 dun. Are we playing in the cup again? When does the league start again? What's with all this cup nonsense? We've got a performance analyst. What a waste of time having a performance analyst. If I go to training, I'll find out who's doing the training. I don't like it here. Ugh, the training screen, it's dirty. Just smells of muddy boots. I've never seen that before. Can I bin off this performance analyst and swap him for an assistant manager? Unless I give one of these guys the job. Basically, I just want someone to be in charge of training so I don't have to do it. Oh, look at all these Planetly players on there. Beautiful. Right, that got rid of Old Man Harding. He's out. Has Gethin taken the job yet? I just don't know if he's going to be allowed to, because that would then become an extra first team coach. He's got a lot of fancy attributes. Can we take him on loan as well? Yes, we can. Let's take all of the strikers and midfielders. Has Gethin taken this job yet? Come on, Gethin. What are you playing at? What is there to think about? You either want to be assistant manager or not. Show some ambition, Gethin. No limit on loans. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out if there's a limit. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, shall we replace existing staff members? So we're going to replace him. Ask Gethin Jones to take over Stefan Owen's duties. How do I just... well, let's just remove him. See if it lets me do it. They're not having Maddox. That's ridiculous. Right, so that's done that. And now... who the hell is he? I don't want a fringe player. Get out of here. Now if we get rid of the other guy and just get a general coach... if we can sack off the fitness coach. You gonna let me? Has he actually gone? I think he has, hasn't he? Yeah, so now we can go and get just a general coach to do some coaching. In fact, just to speed, we should have done this earlier in the summer. Can we take someone out of the youths again? No, we've only got a manager. Sam Greening, do you want to be a first team coach? Come on, come and be a first team coach. No? Fantastic. That was your big break, your big opportunity, and you blew it. Moron. Well, hopefully we'll get a coach in soon. I need to go back into my staff responsibilities now. So, Gethin's doing all that. Beautiful work, Gethin. Oh, he's already slotted into all the stuff I want him doing. Gethin just knew automatically what I'd want him doing, and he's doing it. What a special boy. What a special boy. On the overview screen, you can run an advert from there for each part of the staff. Not sure what that means, but I'm sure it's fun. I ran an advert my way. Right, at least we've only got a cup game coming up, so we've still got time. We're bringing in all these loans. Is there a limit on loans, do we think? Rules. That's interesting. It says here, managers and coaches... oh, that's for work permits. Need to have a Continental C license. I was going to say, because I didn't when I got the job. There doesn't seem to be a limit on loans. So if they're free, I guess we just keep taking them in. Which seems to make sense. We don't need a technical director and a director of football. We should probably get rid of one of them, but I ain't gonna. Let's just have a look, see if we can bring in some more loans, and we might bring Wealth in after all. How's my knee? Sore. I did my cycling and my walk today, and I shouldn't have done either of them. It was like a balloon after I'd done all that. It was awful. And it's still really clicking. I think I might have actually properly hurt myself. I'm just going to pretend it hasn't happened. Fix the mentoring groups. 4 domestic-based players on loan. Where does it say that? There was a loan section. How have I missed that? This is why you shouldn't try and actually play the game properly when you're streaming. Because talking constantly means it's quite hard to read. But I couldn't be one of those boring streamers who doesn't talk constantly. It's like watching paint dry. Where is this loan section that you like seeing? Oh, loan rules. Maximum of 4 domestic-based loan players allowed in a season. Maximum of 7 foreign-based players over the age of 12 out on loan at a time. Maximum of 7 players. So I can only have it's a maximum of 4 domestic loans, but loans from England, presumably, which several of these are. So he's from Luton, he's from Wrexham, he's from Accrington. Presumably they don't count towards that limit. So I can have as many loans from English clubs as I want, is how I'm interpreting that. Loophole Kev, that's what they call me. Forget Backdoor Kev. Hi, I'm Loophole Kev. I need a different jacket for all of the different versions of Kev. Maybe that's the reason to own all the jackets. This is Loophole Kev's jacket from now on. Keep going until the game tells you off is my usual strategy. It's a good strategy. What happens with Wrexham and the lone rule Welsh club in the English league system? I mean, for all intents and purposes, they're an English club. It doesn't matter where they are geographically. They're a member of the English FA, aren't they? So they're an English club. Does he have a lady's name? He's Swedish and Scottish. And he's better than anyone. Here you come then. In you come. Come along then. Beautiful. Does it say in here? A reminder that from the footballing authorities. So Wraith have got a limit. We don't have any limits mentioned on there, so we can just... I don't know if there's going to be a limit on playing them in the matchday squad, but I haven't seen one so far. I'm just going to loan like 50 players. Just bring in them all. Bring in all the players. What's happened here? Why are this lot all ineligible? They played for the under-19s, probably. Why can't he be on the bench? There you go. At least we've filled a bench now. Splendid. Welsh clubs like Wrexham have to go through international clearance to sign players from English clubs. Interesting. Right. You know what, Gethin? It's your first time here. You do the team talk. See how you get on. Trust Gethin with my life. I never rated that Andy Legg fella who was here before. I didn't plan a life with him. We weren't going to travel the world together. I didn't promise him the world and then forget to give him a contract. All along, I wanted Gethin as my assistant manager, and I think we all knew it. It was clear. It was clear for us all to see. Pretty sure these are in our league. They are. The team we beat in the last round were in our league as well. So I think this cut, I don't know, have we got any Welsh League experts? Does the Nathaniel MG Cup, do the Welsh Premier League teams play in that? Or is this like the Welsh equivalent of the Papa John's Trophy? They do play in it. Okay. Where did Andy Legg go? His contract expired. I may not have realised. Chat clearly failed to remember to remind Kev to offer. Yeah, exactly. We wanted Gethin all along. The Nathaniel Mendez Land Cup. He wishes. He wishes. TNS are playing right now, so they are. Against some university team. Well, it'll make it all the more satisfying when we win the thing then. Point the finger. You can play even better. See, Gethin's inspirational. He suggested this. If it goes wrong, it's his fault. It's like the Welsh. It's like the League Cup, but Welsh. What is Nathaniel MG then? Is that the name of the man who invented the cup? Or is that just a sponsor? I need all the information. MG is a car. Thanks, Scotty. And Nathaniel owns that car, does he? It's named after his car. I'm doing a non-intelligent save. Do you think it's realistic to look for another job because you hate the new boss? Yes. Absolutely. Would you? That's the thing. Would you leave that job in real life for that reason? And if you would, then you do it. It's just all about what you would do in real life. I've walked out on jobs without another job to go into in real life because I've not got on with the boss. The Welsh Premier League Cup, currently known as the Nathaniel MG Cup for sponsorship reasons. Okay. Kev would go to the new job if it offered him more chairs. Absolutely. Named after Nathan Logan's... I don't know what that means. It's a car dealership. Okay. Fair enough. A car dealership from a man who doesn't have a surname, apparently. Nathaniel Cars offers a wide selection of quality new and used vehicles in Bridgend and Cardiff. Well, there you go. Now we know about that. Well, now we want to win it. Do we get a free car if we win it? Because I assume if you win the Papa John's, you get like pizza for a year. Do we get a car each if we win this cup? So that might make it worth doing. Get a free MG. I'd like that. I'm in the US, no car for me. I mean, you may have misunderstood. When I said we, I meant me and the players. Not you lot. According to Wikipedia, the winner gets 10 grand. Woohoo! I won't even clear our overdraft. What are we playing in this nonsense for? Can we just choose not to bother taking part if that's all the prize is? Feels a bit of a waste of time. We don't get out of bed for that kind of money. They're rated 5 out of 5 on Auto Trader. I'm glad you're doing your due diligence on them, Scotty. I'd be worried if I didn't know what their Auto Trader rating was. Are they still open now? Do they want to buy a Vauxhall Mariva? Because there's one still sat on my driveway. The latest in car sale news. I now can't set. I had WeWantAnyCar.com because I couldn't set it to We Buy Any Car because they shut for lockdown. But We Want Any Car said they'd come and pick it up. And I thought, fantastic, we're onto something here. And then they said, has it got an MOT? No, it expired. Oh, well, then we can't pick it up then because we can't drive it. Then I guess I'm not selling to you either because I am not paying for another MOT on that car. I'd rather just throw a match at it. An unlit match. I'm not an arsonist. How much do I want for it? 2 grand, please. It's worth 3, but it needs a new door. Oh, don't forget to mention Shady lurking about somewhere. Yeah, that's Shady. How many miles on the clock? 56,000. The door costs 1,000. No, that's the thing. I want rid of it. I'll pay 750 and make it disappear. Pay 2 grand and you can do what you like with it. What year? It's a 54 plate. Petrol. We should probably jump in and sort our set piece takers out. So a little bit all over the place from last year because obviously we've brought in so many new players. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da, ba-da-da. This is a very funky tune. Come on. Get your funk on, boys and girls. Get your funk on. Ba-da-da-da. That looks all right to me. Sell it for parts. If you want to buy the parts for $2,000, go for it. We just got a 55k cash injection. Beautiful. Can I do a coaching badge now? No, I can't ask again yet. Ridiculous. Do an auction stream. Oh dear. What happened to the old car door? I mean, it's still attached to the car, but it's just got a massive dent and a big deep scratch in it from where the day we moved into this house, I tried to get onto my new driveway in the dark and didn't realise there was a low brick wall there. And because I had the radio on loud, I didn't hear the damage as it was happening. And I just basically drove in and just... ruined it. Tough selling a car without an MOT. Yeah, but I'm not paying any more money towards it. I'd rather just have it sat in the driveway. And it's unlocked. If someone wants to come and nick it, fill your boots. It's not actually unlocked. But I'd rather just keep it there. I'm not gonna pay any more money towards it. But I'm not gonna sell it for like 400 quid either. I'll just leave it there. I'm stubborn. Do we want to let Chris Quealy go? Not really. I'm paying him £9 a week. Boom, boom. Have you even looked at the stats for his starters, or is he just going to his assistant manager and everything? I mean, I assume you mean attributes rather than stats, because there are no stats yet, because we've only played 2 games, so the stats are pretty meaningless. And attributes are for nerdy losers. So I look at the star rating. That's all you need to know. Star rating is all you need. And if you doubt that's true, ask me again on Sunday night when I've won my 5th streamer showdown without looking at a single attribute. And only using preset tactics. Yeah, I'm making a mockery of it. I love it. One of my favourite things is making a mockery of things. See, he's good as well. Let's have another loan. Oh, rubbish. Pulled that stat versus attribute terminology on me yesterday. I mean, it's true though, isn't it? If you're going to call me out on something, make sure you got your facts straight, or you'll get called back in again by terminology. Terminology Kev. I started my spreadsheet yet? Nah, not a loser. Why is there so many videos on why not to pay attention to star ratings then? Because people click on them and watch them. So if a video, so one person would have made a video like that at some point. We've just brought in another goalkeeping coach. I wasn't even paying attention. Looks like we're stuck with him now. But at some point in the distant past, someone made a video on why not to trust star ratings. And it probably got views. So someone else thought that video got views. I'll make one too. And it just snowballs from there. It doesn't mean there's any truth to it. It just means that particular topic gets views. Well, welcome to how YouTube works. I mean, being really brutal with it, who's made these videos? Is it Lee and Zealand? Come back to me when they've beaten me. Come back to me when they've beaten me, and then we'll have a discussion about who's right. Isn't the star rating just the opinion of the staff member? Yes. Which is usually worth more than the opinion of you or me as a non-computer. Because it's, you know, based on how the game works. It might not always be 100% right, but neither are you. Neither is whoever's been making these videos. When we click clip, will we have buffer to get what you said 20 seconds before? Yeah, I think so. Zealand and Lee. Yeah, sounds about right. Which one of them made it first? Which one copied the other one? You don't trust stuff. Why do you even have stuff? So Zealand, Jack, and Benji get clotheslined by Kev at the showdown. Yes. I haven't looked at the team here. That's a problem. See, you have distracted me this time. Pump those fists. We're the favourites for a reason. Staff, not stuff. That makes more sense. But I think your point stands if it's stuff either as well. Yeah, I think in a serious answer to that question, I think there's a significant subsection of the Football Manager user base who want it to be more complicated than it is, because it then kind of justifies the time they spend on it a little bit more. I think there's a bit of a mental block for some people on it being quite as straightforward as it actually is, to then justify the level of obsession and time they've poured into it over the course of their lives. They feel like there has to be something to become an expert in. You know, I've spent thousands of hours on it over the years. I must have learnt something. There must be something of value here, surely. And I'm here to tell you, after more than 25 years of playing this game for thousands of hours a year, I've learnt nothing and I still win everything. Oh. I won the Champions League without looking at any attribute numbers. The star rating's the best. Each to their own, but, you know, my way's right because I keep beating them. Hold on, I need to put that. Need to have the hands a little bit higher for that. Oh, can't you tell it's showdown week? Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. 1-1 after a minute and 50 seconds. Exactly. We're going to be one of those teams. We're a proper Kev team now. There's going to be goals in every game. They just won't necessarily all be scored by us. But there's going to be goals. I generally trust star ratings, but if I want a fast player, I look which player of the good star rating ones is faster. Shh. Shh. Kev's learnt nothing. Can't even say Muir. Is it Muir? Muir? Stupid name. If you've got any Muirs in, I'm sorry. Too hard to say. I just get a forward of 18 heading, a long throw expert and 2 centre halves. You can go up for corners. Welcome to Kev Ball. I've learned nothing. I can see this quote being looked back on in years to come when you're Kevy 10 times and the showdown has been renamed in your honour. I know. And it absolutely boils their urine. The rest of them can't cope with it. There's got to be something. He's doing something. I'm not doing anything. I'm quick picking it all. Oh. All you're doing by overriding quick pick is taking the game's handing you the right answer and you're going, nah, this advanced computer software doesn't know what it's doing. I know best. I'll overrule the right answer I've just been given and make my team slightly less effective just so it feels like I'm doing something. Or else why am I here? Oh. Bum, 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 bum. If you start in the Vanarama North-South, what season should you get into the Prem? I don't know. How many promotions are there? 5 years later. Boom. You're such a troll tonight. How dare you? Look, it's showdown week. I'm in full promo mode. We've been rubbish there. Rubbish. Let's go attacking. Ugh, I clicked a button. Kev, it's showdown week. Don't give any of your secrets away. That hurt. Don't give any of your secrets away. No more button clicking for you. I'm only allowed to make 2 substitutions this game now because I wasted a button click. That should be a rule. No limit on substitutions made, but you're only allowed 3 mouse clicks a game. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, disallowed. We're still 91-1 on to win the league. Exactly. We're going to win the league, don't worry. After you win Showdown 10 times, do you think Dr. Benji will put you straight in the final? I don't think he'll let me win 10 times. I think he'll just kick me out of it. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, come on. Why has he kicked that straight at the goalkeeper? Can't do that. It'd be handicapping all the others. I mean, to be honest, if we limited it to 3 clicks a game, it'd do the opposite. It'd actually help the others out because they'd stop trying to outthink the game and would just have to go with the flow a little bit more, and they'd actually end up better off for it. So it's for the best that that's not actually a rule. Let them fiddle to their heart's content. They're just making things worse. Come on. It's harder to do the heel promo when we're losing our first game of the season. Will Manny come back on a stream of Showdown at some point? Probably. I don't know. Ben's the person to ask about that kind of thing. He picks who plays. I mean, with someone like Manny, I imagine he's busy. Weekend League's still on at this time of year, isn't it? I can't imagine him playing during the FIFA season because he's too busy doing FIFA things because that's where he makes his pennies. So I wouldn't anticipate him being on soon, but probably over the summer, maybe. When he's got time to spare, because that's when he was on last year, wasn't it? Over the summer. Our dynamics needs work, doesn't it? I'm watching you since the FM 16 days ago. Finally got around to creating a Twitch account. Welcome to Twitch. Beautiful stuff. I got tots starting in May. Aren't they those little potato things you can get from Papa John's? Chris Queeley, everyone wants you. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Talk to me, Queeley. We've still got Callum Thomas as well. I mean, we'll just reject it. We might as well reject it. We can't do bowling night because we're part-time. So they've got to work when they're not training and we have to train. Our assistant manager, our combo of assistant manager and goalkeeping coach is working them too hard to go bowling. At least we've got our one defeat for the season out of the way now. We've got it out of the way early. I got Bappy Totti in a player pick. I haven't played FIFA since last month sometime. This is going to upset the world. I haven't turned my PS5 on this year. That was money well spent. The last time I touched the controller was in episode 1 of Home when I was pretending to play on it. That's the closest I've got. Although I did, those of you who listen to my podcast, exciting news for you, I did over the weekend start playing Red Dead Redemption 2. So I am finally going to give that a proper go. What am I playing Red Dead on? The PC, because it's cheaper on the PC. Probably. You're probably going to tell me it would have been free on the PS5 or something now, aren't you? I'm just going to grumble and mumble, having just spent 35 quid for it on Steam. Who wants Maddox? TNS. Back off. Get a new contract down his neck. Oh, hideous. 7up. Thank you very much for this sub. Am I using the controller? Yes. Yeah, I'm not a keyboard and mouse man. I use a controller as often as I can. If I could play Football Manager on a controller, I probably would. I don't have two PS5s. I have one and Anna has one. We just happen to live together. She uses hers every day. She loves hers. I'm just sat here waiting for a game to come out on it. You know, like a monster. If they bring out a game at some point, then I'll turn it on and play on it. And they weren't hard to pre-order. When they first went available for pre-order, you could do it really easily. Anyone who's still whining about not having one should have just ordered one when they went on pre-order. It wasn't hard. You didn't even have to pay for them at the time. You're basically just reserving it. I pre-ordered 2 PS5s and 2 Xbox Ones the moment they were available. And not Xbox Ones, Xbox Series X's. And I cancelled both of the Xboxes because I decided I didn't need them. But we both wanted a PlayStation, so we got the PlayStation. I mean, just pre-order one. It was never complicated. No, you couldn't. In Austria, they were gone in like 1 minute. They didn't even say when exactly they were going online. Well, that's not how it was here. They were available for like 2 or 3 days before they sold out at the initial pre-order. I pre-ordered mine like 3 days after pre-orders opened. Bum, 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 bum. Why do you need 2 PS5s? Do you play together? We don't need 2. I've got one, she's got one. Neither of us have got 2. I've got one here in my office. She's got one on the TV. She'll never use mine. I'll never use hers. We wouldn't be able to share because we have them in different parts of the house. We have 2 of every console. Because that's just... I mean, we both owned consoles before we ever lived together. And we just kept them when we moved in together. I mean, quite often we both want to use them at the same time. So, like, if I want to play FIFA, I'm not going to tell her to come off Assassin's Creed. Just makes sense for us to have one each. Like we do with everything. We have a phone each as well. If some people have to work, to be fair. Would you rather me get a PS5 when they released for pre-order or pay your rent? I mean, they were available, like I say, they solidly for 2 or 3 days they're available. Am I still talking about canned meat and cheap dinner? I don't think we've mentioned canned meat this evening. Well, we can switch over to canned meat if you want. What are our thoughts on luncheon meat as opposed to spam? Is luncheon meat just like off-brand spam, or is it a thing in its own right? There's a question for you. I couldn't get one, though. I mean, perhaps... I don't know what to say, Shady. I had no trouble. There were multiple places we could have got them from at the time. Maybe I just have the magic hookup. None were coming up when they got restocked. I was in work all the time. I mean, they often restocked at like 4 a.m, didn't they? How dare you spend your money on what you want to? I know. We're maniacs. I mean, I've heard some people have got 2 cars. Like some couples have a car each. That is madness. We have 1 car. Well, actually, we've got 2 at the moment. But they're both mine. Anna doesn't have a car. But the board want me to win the league. They want me to finish top 2. Which is a weird target because only first place gets promoted. All spam is luncheon meat, not all luncheon meat is spam. Interesting. Canned snakes that scare people are the best. I've never owned one of them, but I've kind of always wanted to. First world problems, can't get a PS5. Exactly. I assure you, as somebody who has a PS5, you ain't missing anything. There's no games on it. What do you want to play that's on the PS5? Because you could just play it on your PS4, probably. because they haven't brought anything new out for it. And if anyone says Dark Souls to me, it's still just a remake. Might be a prettied up remake, but it is still a remake of a game that came out 12 years ago or whatever it was. Yeah, Spider-Man's on the PS4. I just bought a new helmet for rallying for twice the price anyway, so I ain't getting a PS5 anymore. How much is a helmet, Shady? My word. Cyberpunk you can get on any current gen consoles or on PC. Crash Bandicoot. There isn't a Crash Bandicoot game on PS5, is there? And I have a new 4K TV and would like to play the game in at least in PS4 Pro quality. I still have the old one. We'll buy a PS4 Pro then. If I don't have a PS4, there's no point in getting one now. Just wait until the PS5 is available. I mean, I would suggest anyone who wants a PS5 this early in the cycle has one of the last gen consoles or a gaming PC. You're not just going, you know what? I think I'm going to start playing video games, and I'm going to start right now at a time when you can't get hold of the console I want. And if you are in that really unusual situation, I'd actually disagree with you there and say, if you've never played a video game before, you probably should buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, because there's a whole world of games out there for you to play before you go and sink your teeth into the Dark Souls remake or Hitman 3, as I'm being told to mention. Cyberpunk on PS4 is a joke, though. I mean, you realise there's no PS5 version of Cyberpunk. It's just the PS4 version on the PS5 as well. There's not a PS4 version of Cyberpunk yet. There will be, but there isn't yet. PS4s are hard to come by. Well, if anyone wants to buy one, I've got one sat under my bed.
After a 2-hour training session on safeguarding, glad to be in the stream.
Emily, thank you for the sub. I've got some of the PC Master Race in as well. That's why I cancelled my Xbox order, because I've got 2 gaming PCs. Probably didn't need a Xbox when everything that's on it is available on PC as well. I've got a decent PC and PS4, so I don't need a PS5 right now. Exactly. No one, I promise you, no one needs a PS5 right now. There's nothing on it. I'm looking forward to when there will be something on it, but at the moment, there's nothing to play on it. That's why I'm not turning it on. Should we bring a player in on loan from Posh? A good goalkeeper's got to be a good investment, surely. Not willing to let him leave on loan at this time. I bet you do. I bet you do, you liar. I bet he goes out on loan to someone better than us. That's what you really mean. Tell us like it really is. Right, we'll take this guy then. A Welsh boy. How have Port Talbot got someone that good? Can we steal him from him? No. Bug Snacks. Anna tells me Bug Snacks is good. I haven't done it yet. Just out of curiosity, what kind of GPU do I have? All my PC specs are down in the panels below. I think there's commands for them as well, if you want to see my PC specs. There you go. There's the PCs appearing. That's the gaming PC, and then the streaming PC is more oomphy than that. I don't actually play games on that one, so I got Red Dead and I've put it on the gaming PC. It actually runs a little bit clunky on the gaming PC, so I might break my own rule and switch Red Dead over onto the streaming PC. The only problem is it's 117 gig download on PC. I don't want to download it again. My Twitter account is wrong in the About section. How can my Twitter account be wrong? What, in the About section here on Twitch? My Twitter account's never changed from the day I got it. How can it be wrong? Never changed from the day I got it. Shut up, Kev. Stop talking. Right. Twitter. Twitter.com.LOLLUJO. What kind of simpleton has put .LOLLUJO? How do you change that? Is it right in the panels? Right, it's right in the panels. I don't even know how you change that. I'll worry about that when the stream's finished. I have no idea how you change that little Twitter link on there. Not a clue. Don't download overnight. Yeah, but with my internet as dodgy as it is at the moment, I don't even know if it would go down over one night. It run pretty well on the editing one. That's a beast. Yeah, I know, but when I bought it, I promised myself I wouldn't play games on it. That's not what it's for. Bum, 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 bum. I bought a PS5 only to realise the monitor I bought wasn't 4K, so I'm basically using it as a PS5 until my birthday, as a PS4 until your birthday, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did invest in that's when I upgraded from, I haven't got the ultra-wide monitors anymore, I've got two 4K monitors now. I've got the PS5 plugged into that one and the gaming PC into the other one. It's actually better, I've got more screen space than I did when I had 3 monitors. And there's now 2 ultra-wide monitors sat in our downstairs toilet because there's nowhere else to put them. So I need to, I need to sell some stuff, but I'm just terrible at doing it. Because I'm rubbish at posting stuff, but I've got the old monitors I need to sell. I'll be selling this microphone this week probably because I'm getting a new microphone on its way. Because I don't quite sound beautiful enough just yet. Getting my dream microphone. Do I hoard things? Kind of inadvertently. Because I don't get around to selling them. Like the PS4s. There's like 4 PS4s in our house. Mount one above my current screen for more data. I don't really want to though. I'm happy with these 2. I can see everything I need to see. Everything's set up perfectly. My setup is perfect now. Apart from I'm getting my dream microphone and then I'll never need to upgrade that again. And then aside from getting a standing desk, I don't think there's anything else I could change. Anna's post nights. Yeah, Anna, eBay Anna. Yeah, Anna does like doing eBay. I do want a new chair as well, but I've sent a message to my people last week saying, look, I want a new chair. I don't want to pay for a chair. Can you find me a company who'll send me a chair? So they're working on that. They're working on both the chair and the standing desk at the moment. But I have purchased a new microphone. Can you get me a chair too? It doesn't work like that, Shady. How's the knee? Sore. Just need to step up the gaming PC. I mean, considering all it really does is play Football Manager, and it's more than good enough to do that, really don't need to. I'll probably get one next year, maybe. If I get a new PC every couple of years, that means when the PCs are being replaced, they're 4 years old, and that seems about right. This one is getting... So I got that one like September 2017. So I guess later this year it'll be 4 years old. So perhaps I am due a new gaming PC this year. If you wanted to, how much do you sell one of your PS4s for? Interesting. I genuinely don't know. I'd have to check Anna. She's in charge of all that kind of thing. Anna's the money man around here. Like I was saying before, as first team manager, it's not my job to worry about the finances. That's her job. She's the CFO. How do you find a microphone that you like how you sound? Stores offer demos. Probably. I mean, for me, I just Googled what's the best microphone. I'm getting a Shure SM7B. Nerdphonic told me to buy this one, which is a Rode Procaster, which has been a good microphone. The only problem with this one is I have to fiddle around with the audio quite a lot in post to get... It's like a crackly... I don't know what it is. There's a little bit of interference in the background on it. And I just wanted... I like how people sound on the Shure. And it's as far as you go as a content creator. You don't need to go beyond that as a microphone. That's your top tier microphone. So that's what I'm getting. want to sound extra specially beautiful for you all. Hopefully it'll be here before the showdown. Don't get a new PC anytime soon as you can't get any parts. It's all sold out anywhere. I mean, you say that, but the editing PC, I got that 6 months ago. Yeah, there was a long wait for it, but I got it. I mean, I won't need it urgently. I'm a patient man. So when I decide it's time to upgrade, I'll order it and then I'll wait a month or two if I have to. That was before the great GPU shortage. And I won't rush then. I remember when the Blue Yeti was all the rage. Yeah, I had a Blue Yeti. I mean, the Blue Yeti as a beginner, a Blue Yeti as a beginner microphone is still fine. You don't really want to go much below that as a beginner mic. I got Anna a new podcast mic. Talking of beginner microphones, I got Anna one of these for the podcast. The Elgato Wave. Not sponsored, although if anyone from Elgato is watching, I would like a sponsorship. I have all of your products. I now have all of your products. But that's Anna's new podcast mic. Because she's still using a Blue Snowball for the podcast, which is just... I'm ashamed that she's using a Blue Snowball. But this is going to step up the audio a bit. I need to get that set up before podcast day this week. Where do I get my suits from? Giacomo, the Fat Man's Clothes Shop. If you have their products, they don't need to sponsor me. I mean, if they want me to talk about their products and encourage you lot to buy them, they should sponsor me. Can't she use the mic I'm replacing? No, because this one is an SLR input. She just needs a basic USB, stick it into her MacBook deal. I'm not going to have her sat in there with an audio interface and all that nonsense. We want a nice, simple, plug and play USB thing. Where do I record the podcast? I sit in here. She sits in our living room. There you go. We've got a new under 19s assistant manager. Huzzah. Recommend us a signing, Lewis Holder. Why not? A recruitment meeting, you say? We'll take a recruitment meeting. Apparently, I think we probably do need a new attacking midfielder at this point if we're going to lose Maddox. Lewis wrote... He's... How? I know this name. Who was he a star for? Where did we have Robles and he was brilliant? I need to know who, where, when and why. He was brilliant. I want him. Scout him. Definitely scout him. Nuneaton. There we go. I want Robles back. He was brilliant for several seasons, if I remember. He's one of those famous strikers who was our top scorer for ages, and then I just discarded him before he stopped being good. Certainly not sentimental with my strikers. It's very rare that a striker stops being good, then I get rid of him. Usually, I wait for him to be really, really good, then, right, you're done, let's get someone better in. And goodness me, does it frustrate the comment section. It's beautiful. Had to buy a new telly, which I couldn't afford. My old went kaput. TVs are dumb. We had to buy a TV last year. Which just... I hate TVs. What do you say Tier 2 Wales is equivalent to Tier 10 England? It's probably vaguely equivalent. I don't know if it's an exact direct comparison. But is there any chance of us getting someone like this? Or are we just not going to be able to afford wages? Yeah, we're just not going to get them, are we? It's going to have to be loans, I think. Are any of these players who've just come in really young? I don't think any of them are going to be cheap enough. No. There's no point. We're not going to sign anyone else permanently. Have I bought a house in Wales yet? No, because I'm still not earning a decent amount of money. I'm still only on £170 a week, and Halifax won't even lend me based on £170 a week. Dylan Jones, we do not want to sell because he has big potential. I think the name of the old Bourne striker is blocked in the chat. Yes, it is. Did I sign a new contract after the 7 months? Yeah, we did a new contract over the summer. Which was nice. They obviously wanted to keep me around. Oh, cough, cough, cough. That's a good goatee beard. What Bourne striker? The one who shall not be named. The one who everyone got upset when I signed a better player to replace him. I mean, that could be any one of about 5. That happened multiple times throughout that series. Dun, 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 dun. Colombian bloke. Yeah, the Colombian bloke. Who was great until he wasn't, because he wasn't going to win the Champions League for us. He's a lovely mid-table striker, though. Beautiful. Dun, 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 dun. Right. This all... What? Hang on. Try that again. Why does it keep reverting to 4-4-2? It's desperate for us to play a 4-4-2. I was looking at it, I think this doesn't look right. The hell is this? Okay. This all seems in order. What's on the Lampard sacking? He shouldn't have been hired in the first place. Is the nicest way to put it. It's my favourite save this year so far. Leicester at the moment, maybe. Maybe non-league to legend. I really enjoyed the Leicester. That's why the Leicester save went on as long as it did. Because I was having a lot of fun just throwing money around. But obviously the posh save. I've not had a bad save yet this year, which has been nice. Refuses to countenance fancy formations at this level. I mean, it's not a fancy formation, it's a diamond. How fancy is a diamond? Is Chivas my biggest ever flop? Probably. Hey. Probably. I guess it depends how you define biggest flop. Because I dealt with it and got it out of the way quickly. You could make an argument that Bourne was my biggest ever flop. Because that just consistently got poor views, but I banged that drum for 200 episodes. That was probably a bigger flop. But Chivas, probably, yeah. What jobs are available on non-league legend? Don't know. I'm not going to look until I feel like I want to leave or until someone comes in for me. I've not applied for a job in non-league legend yet this year. And I don't plan to anytime soon. But then that's the case a lot of the time. Most years I don't do a lot of job applying. It just seems to be in FM21 you're much less likely to get offered jobs, which is a bit of a change, I guess. What is going on with my watch? It's going crazy. Anna's sending me pictures of hoodies. She's found a Donald Duck hoodie. Are you going to buy me that? Please and thank you. Buy me a Donald Duck hoodie. I like Donald Duck. As you can see by him being in the background. There he is. Where is he? I can't point. There. I mean, you know what Donald Duck looks like. He's right there. That'll make up for not being able to go to Disneyland again this year. Yeah, but you didn't get to go to Disney, but at least you got a Donald Duck hoodie. That's a flex, if ever. Which one was a flex? Have I done an inadvertent flex? Born as a sleeper hit. One day you'll look at the numbers on it and freak out. Oh yeah, if you look at the numbers now, it's actually not too bad. Just at the time, it was pretty... It was getting like 5,000-6,000 views a day for a lot of it, and it was difficult to justify keeping it going at times on that kind of views, but a lot of it's recovered by now. In my experience, once you start applying and people know you're willing to move, the offers will roll in. Yeah. How do you find your Wonder Kids, Kev, and how can you buy them so cheap? Scouts and Director of Football. And this year, I just asked the agent what their price is. Non-intelligent, no applying to jobs, run, Kev. Well, that's a flex. How's that a flex? I'm just enjoying myself, so I don't need to apply for new jobs. I've only changed jobs once this year so far. So it's not really a flex, is it? It's not like I've gone around all the top clubs in Europe and not had to apply for any of them. I went from Kettering to Peterborough. And then I had an interview with Tottenham and they turned me down. It's like the opposite of a flex. No one wants me. Set. Excellent. Opposite of a flex. Have any advice on a website to buy computers? I barely know how to use Excel. Want FM to run smoother. My last few computers I bought from PC Specialist, but you do need a little bit of knowledge to know what you're looking for there. So I would suggest probably finding someone who knows what they're talking about with computers and asking them for advice on what to get. I'm not that man. I ask Nerdphonic and he tells me what to buy. Both the last two computers I've bought, I've said to him, Matt, this is my budget. This is what I want to use it for. Tell me what to buy. And he sends me back a link and then I buy it. Pretty much how I invest in all of my tech. I tell Matt what I need and he tells me what to buy. Stephen Morgan. He can be the replacement for Maddox when the time comes. But he's not going to TNS. It's a ridiculous suggestion. He's not going to TNS. That's a ridiculous... Oh, he wants to go. He wants to go. They're going to have to give us a load of money. Realistically, we're not going to go up this season. Well, actually, Alan, you twazzock. Realistically, that's exactly what we're going to do. I want to leave and that's final. Well, I don't want you to leave and that's final. If we're playing and that's final, one exchange into a discussion, you lose, moron. What am I going to say? Can I just walk out of this? Pound my fist. Yeah, and tell him. I'm a professional. Well, you're not, Alan. You gave me an ultimatum. I called your bluff. You're here for a year. Do you think because you were Blackstone's one-game legend, you'll get the job in real life one day? I hope not. Can't imagine much I'd want to do less than manage a football team in real life. It'd be full of footballers and football people. I don't mix well with football people. They're too laddish for my tastes. Spurs have equalised against Wickham, have they? Ironically, Alan, you're a part-time semi-pro. Exactly. Need a Blackstone series, Kev. One day. One day, when the time is right. Spurs are winning now. Serves Wickham right for scumming their way up the league. Wickham shouldn't be playing anyway. They're afraid to play football during a pandemic. Unless they just made that decision last year because it suited them. And I cannot imagine that was the case. Blackstone series where you add yourself as a player as well. It's 3-1 now. Oh, good. We want 4. We want 4. We want 4. Right, this team seems to be the one we're settling with, which I enjoy greatly. Just salty about Wickham being in the Championship. Not salty, annoyed about how they got there. They should have agreed to finish the season and then they wouldn't have been there. If they didn't want to play, they voted to not finish the season, so they shouldn't have been allowed to play in the playoffs. Simple as that. They didn't want to finish the season. How come they could? Oh, we can't finish the regular league season, but we can play the playoffs. Yeah, we can play the playoffs. We just can't finish the regular season because if we do that, we might not get in the playoffs. I hate Wickham. There was about 15 other teams who voted for that. Yeah, but none of them benefited from it, did they? Wickham did stand to benefit from it and should have done the right thing. They could have escaped all of the ire of clubs like us by just saying, yeah, we'll play. Obviously, we want to play on. We want to go up the right way. And they still wouldn't have had to because, like you say, most of the league voted to end the season because they were all numbskulls. Wickham could have just done the honourable thing. But they didn't. Scummy. Scummy, scummy, scummy. How's the Aura ring? I like it. It's cool. I'm going to do a video on it soon. I think you need to have it for a few weeks for it to settle in and learn you. It's pretty much learnt me now. Peter in their position would have done the same. We absolutely wouldn't have done. Absolutely would not. We'd have voted to play. Bosch did it. Would I be saying the same? Yes, because it would have been scummy if we'd have done it. But we don't do scummy things. We'd have played or voted to play anyway. And I'd have been very disappointed with us if we hadn't. Because if you're going to go up properly. Wonder if they knew what the points per game outcome would have been before. Oh, absolutely they did. Yeah, everyone knew the points per game thing. Dun, 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 dun. Did you know Leicester were the only team in the Prem to vote against the £15 pay-per-view? See, that never bothered me, the £15 pay-per-view thing. As a League One fan who's paying £10 a game for terrible coverage, I would be delighted to pay £15 for multi-camera proper commentary setups like the Premier League got. So I never really got why everyone was so upset about that. It wasn't as if they were taking matches off people and then charging them £15 for them. They were giving extra content and charging you for it. You didn't have to buy it. So it all seemed like a bit of a fuss about nothing. What's my favourite sandwich? I don't know. I don't really eat sandwiches. I guess like a toasted cheese sandwich or something pretty basic, melted cheese kind of thing. I don't have sandwiches very often. Apparently Pompey were doing multi-camera footage coverage with iFollow last week. I guess they can afford to. It just relies on what setup the club already has. And then uses the commentary off the radio. That's what we get at Posh. It's the BBC local radio commentary with the one camera shot from the halfway line. It's pathetic for 10 quid, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, I'd happily do an extra fiver and get normal TV coverage of the match. Me, I was already having to watch most of the game. Already paying to watch most of the games. Then I have to pay an extra £15 to watch it. But you don't. You didn't have to pay an extra £15. It wasn't a case of, do you want to watch these games for free or pay £15 for them? It was, do you want to pay £15 to watch these games or not be able to watch them? They were the two choices you had. That's what was so confusing about it. I mean, I pay for Sky Sports and BT Sport and don't watch any of the games. It's just there in case I ever feel like watching one. Just for those rare occasions Posh are on. Notts County have multiple camera coverage streams in the National League. We had a survey whether fans wanted to pay more for better quality and that won. I wish we'd have done that. 4-1 to Spurs now. What have they done? Have they just like brought all their best players on or something? Aldershot stream has missed goals because the one cameraman has panned away to the bench or the fans. What's he doing panning away if he's on a single camera setup? My word. Right, we're getting into some form now, which is nice. We don't want to let this lot get too far away from us. There's 2 universities down here now. In fact, there's only one. What happened to Cardiff Met? Or were they never down at this level? Did we just play them in a cup? Oh, so they're up at that. I'm so confused. Soak offered you to stream all the games in return for not getting a season ticket refund post-COVID. Good quality. Nice. Spurs have got Kane, Bale, Son and Ndombele on. Well, I guess it got the job done. Oh, we had a good fan day. Beautiful. Charlie Williams is not playing. Well, he's not good enough, is he? Dun, 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 dun. Right, come on, let's keep winning football. Oh, we're playing Undy Athletic now. Beautiful. Top pot one is good. We have 2 commentators, I guess, who are really annoying. Yeah. They also include random replays of moments that aren't even highlights to miss actual key highlights. Amazing. What mic do I have? This is a Rode Procaster. Right, come on, let's win another football match. Win a couple more games and then call it a night. Remember, I was supposed to keep saying this throughout the stream. I mentioned it at the start and then haven't mentioned it since. I'm not streaming tomorrow night because it's Streamer Showdown week. I'm having a night off tomorrow because I'm not going to get a night off Saturday now. And I'm obviously going to be into the bitter end on Sunday as well because I've got to win it. So, yeah, no stream tomorrow night, but I will be back on Wednesday night stream. We're not ending now, by the way. I'm just letting you know. Wednesday night stream. We're obviously going to be carrying on playing this save, but we're also going to be having some discussion about the Streamer Showdown and who I maybe should be drafting on Thursday night. Because, of course, Thursday night, 7 o'clock, is the FM Streamer Showdown draft. £500 million budgets, the top 5 leagues in Europe to draft from, 18-man squads. And, of course, because it's the first one of FM21, all different prices. So the bargain players from FM20 might not be the bargain players this time and vice versa. So we're going to have to work out who the new bargains are. Will all participants stream the showdown? Yes. Yep, that's kind of the point of it. Got to be drafting Donnarumma number 1 pick, surely. I mean, how do I not get my boy Virgil as my number 1 pick? He single-handedly won me the first 2 showdowns. Got to be Virgil. Virgil all day long. It'd be interesting to see if he's out of sight, out of mind for everyone else because he's injured. Which, of course, he won't be in the showdown. Would just be a showdown if they didn't stream it. That's a very good point. But split allegiances, I'm also rooting for Ches. I mean, I can cope with that. After he's knocked out at like 6:30 on Sunday, then you can just cheer me on all the way through to the final. Simple. You can cheer him on all night Saturday and just back me on Sunday. It's a Sunday night game after all. Belotti's a good shout if he's the right kind of price range. We've seen what Belotti can do this year on FM. Go for players you've never picked before and still win. I mean, that seems counterintuitive. I'll just go for the best players who suit the way I want to play. I'm going to go in there the same way as I always do, with a plan, knowing the kind of system that I want to play. I've got a couple of systems in mind. You probably already know what they are. Everyone else in there already knows what they are, and they don't know how to counter them, and it's brilliant. And we'll just pick the players that fit those 2 systems. We'll do a deep squad with less emphasis on big stars and more emphasis on having 18 good players who will all play in the tournament. And yeah, we'll have a jolly good time. We can't sign Jones because he's not in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. If I reached the final and it was up to me, who would I want to face? I don't know. Ben, probably, because it'll get the most views. They're all similarly straightforward to beat. But I guess the one that'll be most fun to play and most fun to watch will be me against Ben in the final. So I'll take that, please. Revolutionary strategy, pick the best players. I mean, you'd think it'd be that straightforward. Them numbskulls don't, though. They'll have trash in their team you've never heard of because they've spent all their money on Ronaldo and Messi. Because even after all this time, they don't get that that's not how you win the Streamer Showdown. No, has anyone ever won with Ronaldo or Messi in their team? I know Manny fluked his win when I wasn't in it with Neymar in his team. But you all saw what I did to Manny in the following tournament. And he's not been back since because I broke him. Is there a draft for every round or just one at the beginning? You pick your squads at the beginning and that's your squad that you take through the tournament. Rule 1, don't buy Messi or Ronaldo. Yeah, agree with that. Rule 1, don't buy youngsters. I don't necessarily agree with that. The final of the third time we won, we had Sandro Tonali starting in the final. So sometimes youngsters can pay off. It's more about value rather than age. I'm just as likely to draft someone like him as I am to draft Theo Walcott or Jermaine Defoe, who've both played in winning teams for me as well. But it's just about finding the value. The draft is on Thursday at 7 o'clock. Is this a new save? Yeah, this is a new save. The old one had to say bye-bye. Someone will link to the explanation of it in the chat now, I'm sure. And to look at anticipation as a key attribute to observe. You can potentially see what's about to unfold, and you can do it quicker than those with less anticipation. I mean, I just want fast players. That's all you need. It's how you win at FIFA. It's how you win at Football Manager. Just get the fastest attackers and you'll win. No point going for youngsters with potential. No, but if they're youngsters with talent and good current ability and they're cheap, then it's worth doing. Hence, Tonali did a job for me at the base of my midfield. Get that Rangers striker. Can't, because it's only the top 5 leagues in Europe. So There won't be any Scottish teams in it. It's Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Liga and Serie A. So just players from those 5 leagues. So no lower leagues, no minor leagues. Get Declan Rice. Declan Rice, I feel like Declan Rice is probably someone who's going to be quite expensive. He certainly fits perfectly in that deep line playmaker role, I like at the base of my midfield. Him or Fabinho are good options in that role. But I think they're probably both going to be quite expensive. So we might go and find someone who might be a cheaper option in there. Have I designed the new emoji yet? I don't make the emojis. They are made for me. Who do you think has been my best player over the showdowns that I've been in? Virgil, maybe? Or Timo Werner is always a good performer. Kai Havertz. I've had him a couple of times and he's always been good. I imagine they've both had a price bump because of the moves to Chelsea, even though they haven't necessarily gone well. Camavinga, I wonder if he might be too loaded on potential rather than current ability. Kimmich is going to be too expensive. Mason Mount, I don't know. I wonder if he might be quite an inflated price because he's young and English. Whisper it quietly as I don't want to jinx it, but there's a Kevy 5 times emote on standby. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Definitely won't be signing Harry Kane. He's useless in Football Manager. Likewise, won't be getting Erling Haaland. He doesn't fit in the system I play. If I was offered him, I'd say no. Can I swap him for someone else, please? Can I swap him for Chilwell? Thanks. Yeah, I'd take Rashford over Haaland every single time. In the streamer showdown before everyone goes nuts at me. Kevin De Bruyne. I've had De Bruyne before. De Bruyne is good, but very, very expensive. But does fit nicely into my little Mezzala role. Or can play in behind the strikers, or can play in the central midfield. So De Bruyne is a good option to have, but I don't know what his FM21 price is, but on FM20 he was one of the top 5 most expensive Premier League players. Tielemans instead of Rice. Tielemans is good, but I wouldn't want Tielemans sat in front of my back 4. So Tielemans probably isn't a direct Rice replacement. Mason Greenwood is a good option, definitely. Joe Thromes is always worth a shout. Donnarumma is very handy for his goal scoring prowess. Tammy Abraham's got previous in the streamer showdown. Definitely, he's a good option. So there's going to be we'll have a good long discussion about all this on Wednesday, because by the time Wednesday comes around, I'll have had a proper look around the database. We'll probably load up a draft and have a little look at it in Wednesday's stream and just see if we can pick any gems out, because you're not going to tell any of them lot, are you? It'll be fine. I just arrived. Are you talking about the transfer windows you do after they appoint you as Chelsea manager instead of Lampard? Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. Not watched one before. Will the streamer showdown be on each individual Twitch with a specific account where we can see you talking while picking? Bit of both. So there is the FM Showdown Twitch account that basically works like Soccer Saturday. So you won't be hearing us on there, but you'll be hearing a panel of nerdy folk dressed in suits talking about what we're up to. So that's where you get overall coverage, or you can watch any of the individual streamers. And I tend to leave during the draft. I tend to stay in the group chat, but a lot of them jump out of the group chat because they're afraid. So I don't know that there's necessarily a place where you can hear all of it going on at once, unless everyone agrees to stay in the group chat. Who wears suits on stream? Kev wears suits on stream. How does the draft work? Does it take part between every... Yeah, we'll all be on stream at the same time. Do they wear suit trousers as well? Nobody knows. Why would they? What's the point in wearing trousers when the camera only takes you from the nipple up? They don't even have to do up the bottom half of their shirt. I think a few of them will copy and wear suits. I mean, the lowdown lot are encouraged to wear suits, so they should all be wearing suits. And there's plenty of previous for people dressing up for the showdown. I know the season 1 final when it was me against Ben, we were both wearing suits. So it's not copying if someone else wears a suit. Probably don't even tuck their shirt in. I mean, to be honest, neither do I. So, you know. Kev wears a lovely crown. I've promised not to get the crown out this time because, you know, with it being sponsored by KFC, I can't really dress up like the Burger King. So that whole costume's staying put away. So you won't see me in a crown this time. Until Monday night stream when I'm celebrating. Could the suits be your secret power like Samson's hair? Maybe. I mean, I tend to wear a tuxedo for the showdown. Because, you know, I wear a suit for all my content. It's the showdown. You got to dress up. So I wear a tuxedo. Got to look the part, haven't you? It's a special occasion. Do I get paid to participate? No. Dye your beard white and shave it like the Colonel. I ain't shaving for anybody. Get a chicken suit. You're all right. Colonel Sanders suit. I don't really want to. If it's all the same with you. I'm sure someone else will have that hilarious idea. Hello? What? Okay, we can buy some more tomorrow. We're low on crisps. Do you get free bargain buckets? There is free food, I think. I don't know if we get it as competitors. I know there's free chicken given out. I've never done the sponsored one before, so I don't know. I've not been in it because the last one that was sponsored, that was when I was moving house. So anyone who watched it last time when it was sponsored probably knows more about how it works than I do, because I didn't watch it either because I was moving house. So I don't really know how the free chicken works, but I'm sure there probably is some. I found one. You're going to PO box. You're going to my PO box gets delivered straight to my house now, Shady. You found what, by the way? You found what? Free code for Just Eat. See, a free code to Just Eat's no use to me at all, because KFC don't deliver in my area. Just you wait. Oh God, what's he doing? I'm not dressing up like a chicken. No matter. If you send me a chicken suit, I am not wearing a chicken suit. I have a costume already selected for Sunday. It cost me over £100. It is ready to go, and I am wearing it. I am wearing a chicken suit instead of it. What size would you say you are? The biggest one. Always the biggest one. But I repeat, I am not wearing a chicken suit. Bum, 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 bum. Right, come on, boys. Sort your lives out. Let's get another win. I have to get you a medium. I mean, a medium's not even going around my leg. I have a 50-inch waist, Shady. If you think a medium's getting around me, it ain't happening. Oh, I've got tears in my eyes now. The fan's been blowing in my eyes for 3 hours, and it's dried them out to the point where they've got wet, because there's no logic in that at all. Right, substitution o'clock. Let's get some attacking options on. There you go. see if we can find a way to end the stream with a win. When did I reopen the PO box? When we moved house. Because I found a way to get it delivered direct to my house, so I didn't need to find a local post office to do it at or go and collect it or anything. So it's now just a mail forwarding thing, which is awesome. So it probably takes a day longer than it used to, but I didn't go every day before anyway, so it's perfect system now. Stuff just turns up at the house when people send it. It's very cool. Bum 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 bum. That is an important late goal which keeps us very much in this title race as we come to the end of the stream. We're up in third place, 2 points off the top of the league, which is a lovely little position to be in. Found something else. It's not a full costume, don't worry. Oh God. Lovely. I look forward to it. Right, we are going to wrap things up there for tonight though. Remember, and I've mentioned it a few times, I'll remind you again here, no stream tomorrow night. I am not streaming Tuesday night. I'll be back Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, where we'll continue with this save, play, and lots more Streamer Showdown discussion on Wednesday. And then Thursday night this week is the Streamer Showdown draft. And then Saturday and Sunday, 7 p.m. is the Streamer Showdown itself. We have a big week ahead of us. So hopefully you'll be able to join me for all of the super duper fun. For now, though, we are going to go, we're just going to raid Jack and tell him all my plans for the showdown. I think that's the best plan. So raid, work that space, and I will see you back here Wednesday night, not Tuesday. Wednesday night. What night? Wednesday night. Excellent.
Just coming in the raid. Right, defend the raid! Defend the raid! Thank you, Kev. I've got the pan, everyone. We're armed to defend these raiders coming in. If you're just coming in, then I can't justify it. I can't explain it or justify it. But I'm ready to defend to the bitter end. I've got a pan and I've got an ice cream scoop. And also, it doubles as a drum. It's not catching on. It's my plan B for when the Streamer Showdown doesn't work. I can just challenge people to a battle to the death using kitchen utensils. That's my plan, everyone. I've got it all figured out. But thank you, Kev, for the raid. Have you started a new save today, Kev? I know you had an issue. How do you withdraw a raid and raid someone else? It's too late now. You've engaged with me in battle. You must bring your finest pot or pan and an ice cream scoop, and I will meet you in the car park for a duel to the death. Hi, Jack. I've never watched you on Twitch, but I watch you all the time on YouTube. If someone came over from YouTube here, and this is their first impression, they're going to think, is this the same guy? Like, this is what happens when I get a bit silly and let myself go, everyone. I think YouTube Jack is the Jack that I present to my grandparents, for a family get-together. This is the me when I've had I don't know, when I'm with my mates and just making a mockery of myself. That's how it works. There's a sophisticated